Hello once more from the Sydney Cricket Ground, the second match in the Commonwealth Bank Series. Mohammad Yusuf has won the toss. He sent the Australians into bat. Let's have a look at those teams. First, that unchanged Australian side with Shane Watson and Shaun Marsh at the top of the order. There was pretty good stuff from Shane Watson with the ball the other evening. Also from Clint Mackay, came under some hammer, but he held his nerve and picked up a few wickets at the end of the Pakistan innings. Moving to the Pakistan side, just the one change. Umar Gul, excellent one-day cricketer, has a fine record, particularly in the 2020 version of the game. Otherwise, they're unchanged. We know that the firepower is there. It's just a question of turning it on. And ready to go in the commentary box are Richie Benaud, Tony Greig and Michael Slater.
Thanks, Mark Nicholas, and a big good afternoon to everyone tuning in. It's Excitement Plus here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and Mohammad Amir has paced out his run-up, or he did that earlier in the warm-ups, but he's keyed up. I saw Waqar Younis, their bowling coach, giving him a real pep talk out there, and it was stern words. Shane Watson, bizarre dismissal at the Gabba. He'll be looking for runs here and to continue the good form we've seen all season. And, of course, Shaun Marsh, who's back into the one-day arena. He'll be looking to capitalise on a good start. They've got to get through the new ball. Afternoon, Greggy.
Good afternoon, and a warm welcome to all of you who have tuned in today, especially those of you down in Pakistan. You'll be hoping that your team today makes the score 1-1. And the man in your picture now is going to have to bowl really well. They need a few wickets early on. We saw them stir up Watson a little bit at the Gabba, where there was a bit of bounce, that sort of freakish dismissal where the ball hit the top of the handle of his bat. And the umpires, Rod Tucker there, his 10th match, he's from Australia, and Asoka De Silva from Sri Lanka in his 97th, should I say. Right, so here we go.
Straight away, it's been cracked through the offside. The boundary to start proceedings.
Well, Watson hasn't remembered what happened on the first day of the Test match here. That's a glorious stroke, a square drive, and he got himself nicely across to a terrific shot to start with.
Oh, what a shot. Well, if I'm Amir, the next one will be at Watson's throat. You certainly don't want to pitch him up to him outside the off stump. Everyone knows what a magnificent driver he is. We saw a bit of that in Brisbane, actually. He played a couple of really good drives.
Is wide and deserves to be given as a wide. Shane Watson had a real thrash at it, though.
It's one of the other things you've got to be a little careful of, is you've got to get it right to Watson. I mean, just a bouncer, he also plays well. He plays that pull shot from just outside off stump very well, and there's no one back on the mid-wicket boundary. He tends to pull it in front of square. So he's in good form. He has got a good all-round game.
Tight leave there, so Amir finally gets one in the corridor. Hey Greg, it was interesting to see Waqar Younis have these stern words with the young quick. He's trying to rev him up. He's an out-and-out star of the future. He's still got to keep progressing and keep taking wickets, show that he's got the stamina to play a lot of international cricket. But it was telling this afternoon, just the importance of the chat that it seemed. I couldn't hear what he was saying, obviously.
Yeah, Waqar, I think if he was sensible, would be trying to encourage this young man, Mohammad Amir, to remain calm. There's no real future in stirring him up too much, because having adrenaline rushing around in your body is I don't think, conducive to getting the ball in the right place. Now, obviously, fast bowlers get a bit stirred up, but he needs to be considering very carefully what he's going to try and do here.
And that one's been hammered through the offside as well. Great start from Shane Watson.
Oh, magnificent cover drive. 2 deliveries into the slot outside off stump, and Watson once again showing Pakistan that he just loves that cover drive. Anything well pitched up on off stump or just outside is going to be thrashed through that offside field like this.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot, the way he got his weight right forward into that. It's brought about a change of field. They started aggressively with 2 slips. Now there's one catcher at slip and one at short cover. It's got to be the 2 catches in for this initial 10-over phase. It just goes to show that if you come out with this sort of positive attitude, put the bad ball away, you're going to change things very quickly. That was quick.
146 kilometres an hour and some bounce as well.
And you're talking about him listening to his coach, his bowling coach, Waqar Younis, who's a fine bowler and good coach. The simple common sense thing is to say to a bowler, from the moment you start to run, keep your eyes fixed on the spot on the pitch where you want the ball to land. And that works.
The first over completed. The crowd is swelling here at the SCG. No wicket for 9. Shane Watson, that is a ripper of a start. That's what you want as an opening batsman, to get a couple in the slot and have the ability and the quick movement to get into them and nail those first couple of big scoring opportunities. Now, a big opportunity here for Umar Gul. It's a similar start to the one-day series as the Test series. He missed out on the opening Test match, came in and bowled extremely well here in Sydney during the Test match series, and then he's into number 2 of the ODIs as well. So they'll be looking for a repeat performance here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
There were quite a few of us who thought that Umar Gul should have played in Brisbane at the expense probably of a spinner. As it turned out, they played 2 spinners and it didn't really work for them. When he bowls well, Umar Gul takes a little bit of handling. Now, they've been forced to make a change this time round because Mohammad Asif is injured. So he's not in the side and Umar Gul has come in to take his place.
Mohammad Yusuf has gone back to the 2 slips here for Gul, just hoping that he can hold a line early. Had that length right. What we do know about Gul is he hits short of a good length. That's about his length. He hits the deck hard. And from what we've seen of the pitch this morning and this afternoon, it's got good grass cover. There's a little bit of greenness in corrugation, if you like, and it's not going to play too many tricks. But if he hits a little upslope, it might fly through. And that's a few of the Pakistan players out there. That's a close inspection.
Well, that's the former captain on the right, Yunus Khan, and Umar Gul coming in there looking at the green bits. He wasn't looking too carefully at the brown bits. He's a pretty fit bloke. The gator tracker there showing that his heart rate doesn't really go through the roof.
That one has been pulled straight down the ground. And Shane Watson, he has started on fire. He means business.
Well, that's a good indication that although we've had a bit of rain out here overnight at the SCG and in this area, the outfield is okay. They've had the super soppers on, it's perfectly dry, and that ball carried, even though it was hit high, still carried quite well out to the boundary.
Yes, we've got Watson wearing one of the gator trackers as well. Got to be careful of bowling short to him.
That's a good delivery, jagging back. So there is movement there, no doubt about it. That seam, if it's upright, it'll start moving around. So let's have a look at the heart rate of Shane Watson. Gator tracker saying or telling us 150, 151 beats per minute.
It's supposed to be the other way around. The batsman's the guy who's supposed to be just a little bit edgy, fast bowler. You would have thought would be up there with him, but the batsman he has 145 and the fast bowler's around about 100.
Yeah, we had the gator tracker on Umar Gul. I don't know whether it was the Sydney Test match, and we got the same sort of readings as we've seen so far in this game. That'll be a couple. And I think we thought for a while that the readings were wrong because they were so low, and you'd expect a fast bowler, while bowling, to be 150, 170 beats per minute. But he sort of creeps up over 100 and then comes back below 100, which is, it's almost unheard of. That would say he is super, super fit.
Well, he can be as fit as he wants as a captain. What you want him to do, even if his heart rate's at 200, as long as he puts the ball in the right place. So he's up there now all of a sudden. But the most important thing is he gets the ball in the right place.
An indication was that he hates going for runs. It'll send his heart rate through the roof. No wicket for 16. And the Haiti earthquake appeal is in full action, and there's a lot of generosity in our community. Oh, cop that! Oh, outstanding. Have another look at this. That was out there to be hit. It was in the air, but he pierces the gap. It would have taken some catching as well. Shane Watson, he's alive out there. He's right on top of it, and he started like that from the first ball. Already, Pakistan and Mohammad Yusuf would be thinking, have we done the right thing here by bowling first? Sure, they're still feeling the hurt from the SCG debacle, if you like.
Just looking at the face there of Mohammad Yusuf, he must have all sorts of things going through his mind. Former captains Amir Suhail and Inzamam al-Haq came out and criticised the head of the board, Ijaz Butt, for making it public that the current captain will not be captain after this tour. They say the timing of that announcement from Pakistan wasn't very diplomatic.
Oh, this is outstanding. That'll be 6. No, a couple of bounces. He has absolutely nailed that. He's come running out of the dressing sheds thinking, I'm going to take this bowling attack apart. Now, the only way you can do it like this, though, is to isolate each ball and wait for those in your zone. So that's what he's doing. He's not slogging. These are quality cricket shots.
Umar Gul should know better than bowling short outside off stump to Watson, because he just loves it out there. He plays that shot very well indeed. And now they're moving a fieldsman back out onto the boundary square. Not necessarily the place that he hits them. He tends to hit them more towards mid-wicket.
That's what Watson's done already. Moving along very nicely to 22. It's the Pakistan team. They've got one man out, Mohammad Asif, so that's a bit of a problem for them, Tony.
Certainly is, Rich. I think they really are relying quite heavily now on Rana Naved. I thought they made a mistake the other evening. I really think that he is one of the most capable reverse swing bowlers in world cricket, and I would like to see him bowl the majority of his overs before they change the ball. I think, I'm talking about something around about 7 overs, and especially if he makes some inroads, keep him going, because he will make the ball talk a little bit in the air.
This time he's just a little late on it, Shane Watson. He'll get the single though.
Yes, I've seen him bowl around the world, Rana Naved, and I've seen him make the ball swing both ways. He's a master of reverse swing, the art of reverse swing, and we'll see again today, I'm sure. Although this is quite a lush ground and there's been a bit of rain around, which probably will affect his ability to get the reverse swing going, but I'm looking forward to see how he goes this evening.
And we might be seeing him very shortly, Greggy, if things don't improve out there. There's another one a little bit fuller from Umar Gul. Finishes his second. 4 gone now, no wicket for 29.
Wonderful start by Watson. 23 of 16 balls, 5 fours already in his knock.
Changing the commentary. Mark Taylor, Ian Healy and Mark Nicholas.
Thanks, lads. It's almost as if Shane Watson has said, don't worry about 2020 being the only game that we can rip into it with. We're pretty good in this 50-over stuff too. 2 games of cricket going on, the one between Watson and the Australians and Marsh and the Pakistanis, I should say. Watson 36 from 33 balls has hit 6 boundaries. Sean Marsh 15 balls faced, made 9 and hit just the 1 boundary. There's Rana Navid right on the mark straight away.
Certainly is. And they've had to bring fine leg up to a catching position, so a leg slip and short mid-wicket, the other catcher. So Pakistan not quite sure what to make of Watson, 36 from 34. I was out in the nets early this morning, and the Australians were practicing getting forward, getting their bat underneath the full delivery and flipping it right over that man's head.
How'd you go, Hills? Out the nets, did you hit a couple yourself?
No, I just quickly slid away.
You need a helmet for that one, don't you?
Yeah, they were in helmets, and they were practicing all the big shots as well as these little finesse shots either side of the wicketkeeper.
Everybody's trying to find ways to counter the late swing that reversing the ball gives you, and it's become such a great weapon at the end of the innings that sort of ramp you can create with the bat and just run the ball up the blade and then over the wicketkeeper. It's a miracle shot if you can pull it off, but a very good one.
Well, a good test here for Sean Marsh as well. He's actually doing quite well. He's 9 from 15. He has a boundary. He's faced less than half the deliveries that Shane Watson's faced. He's got to make sure he doesn't get frustrated. I felt in the first game he was a little frustrated before playing this shot. It was sort of an in-between shot. He didn't really go through with it and try and hit the bowler back over his head. Mohammad Asif's the bowler. Sort of played a half shot. Either went along the ground safely or way over the top. So he's just got to realise in this situation that things are going well for Australia. They're nearly 50 from inside 9 overs. And he's doing a good job. Just remain patient. Don't get too frustrated. 9 from 15 is a reasonable start.
Well, it's twice as fast as his dad.
Given you know his dad will be watching, that's cruel.
Yeah, unlucky.
And he's yelling back at us, saying you two have got short memories.
He knew it was coming. He's a cool customer, Sean. Unflappable. And this hasn't sort of flustered him in the past. So let's hope he can hold his grip and play that cover drive that he was out to in Brisbane a little better to kick things off.
The absolute key has really been picked out by Mark Taylor, which is that you look at the scoreboard and you look at the overall team run rate and your contribution to that. Now, it sometimes happens you get a bolter, and that's what Shane Watson is here. What you don't want to do is anything untoward because of it. And in one-day cricket, partnerships matter. You think of them in Test cricket as an obvious asset to a team, but in one-day cricket, you get a pair that spend time together, particularly left and right-handed, so that the bowlers have to keep changing their line. It's exactly the way to go.
Well, it's a big day for the Marsh family today as well. Mitchell Marsh captaining the Australian under-19 side at the moment in their quarter-final match against New Zealand as we speak. Now,
hello. What about that? That is massive. I mean, he's hit it to the longest part of the ground, point 1. Point 2, he's hit it 15 rows back, I'd guess. None for 55. Lest anyone was in any doubt, Shane Watson can play. He can really play. Well, there's clever batting too from Sean Marsh. Just give the strike straight back to him. This is a biggie.
Yeah, Rana probably thinking I'll just put something outside off to finish the over off. And Watson's a little cleverer than that. That's gone about 90 metres, we reckon, just into the bottom part of the members. As Mark Nicholas mentioned, about 15 rows back. That's probably 75 metres is the boundary, plus the rest. A great crack on the up, outside off, going over wideish, long on.
And that super slow-mo shows us the control he had of the bat. Often we see the bat move in the hand. A reminder that every one of those sixes throughout this Commonwealth Bank series is worth $1,000 shared between breast cancer, the Breast Cancer Institute of Australia and the Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia. And over the past 3 years, oh, that's a ripper too. Got so much of it. This is really a special period of cricket in Shane Watson's life.
This is terrific entertainment from Shane Watson. Now 7 fours and a 6. Anything that's slightly short is going either with that shot square of the wicket on the offside or being pulled away on the onside. And even good length balls, as we saw last over, can go for 6. Very tough on the bowlers. Great to watch.
Just so good to see somebody make such golden form count match after match after match. He started the summer leaving that ball and getting LBW at the Gabba in the first test. He hasn't looked back since. He's been better than good game after game. Just finishing off on those $1,000 a 6. Just in the last 3 years through the Hitting Cancer for 6 campaign, the Commonwealth Bank has been able to donate $80,000 to each organisation. So that's $160,000 because of moments like that. $160,000. In other words, 166s in 3 years. Good atmosphere in here. Pakistan supporters tend to make a good noise anyway. And we'd already have, there'd be 24,000 in the ground already. Watson again! You just expect it now.
And I think so does he. Anything from here is a bonus. Although I wonder how diligent he is going to be for the rest of this innings. 47 from 39. Does he go with it? And the team prospers? If he gets out, it doesn't matter either. It's a dangerous mindset to be in.
Well, Hills, if he can switch it off and now look for singles, he's the only person I know who can. Because most players, if you start like this, just keep going. He's obviously seeing the ball like the size of a basketball at the moment. Enjoying his batting at the top of the order for Australia. They're averaging nearly 47 at the top of the order. He's seeing him that well. I reckon he's going to keep going because it'll be very hard to rein himself back in this sort of form.
And then Sean Marsh can just go along on the coattails, but he just pick his rating up a little bit, maybe knocking it around a little better than he is, and be ready in case Watson does get out. Then Marsh takes over the acceleration.
Saying it's a big day for the Marsh family. Mitchell Marsh, captaining the Australian under-19s team, made 53. Australia 8 for 232 in their quarter-final against New Zealand. New Zealand 7 for 137 at the moment in reply. So Australia in front in the game, but 15 overs to go.
Beautiful stroke. A classic. Anywhere, any place, it'll do. It's none for 65. Card that two blokes should be very proud of. We've only had 10 overs. So now the second spinner into the attack, Saeed Ajmal. The off spinner who's got all sorts of changes, got a Dusra. This is the final over of the bowling power play. So after this over, Mohammad Yusuf can drop a couple more out if he needs to. But he might think, given he's had better control during this period, that he's learnt something from it and that fielders saving a single are valuable. Oh. Perfect edge. Go, they're all right, just okay. Just a little sprint needed from Shane Watson at the end there as the throw was better than he thought and flatter than he thought.
And just the start, Saeed Ajmal didn't want. Had Sean Marsh on strike, he was probably hoping to bowl a few dot balls to him. First ball turns a bit, finds the edge, it's a good delivery. May well have almost been a catch to a first slip. Turns out to be a 3. There's the edge. May well have gone to first slip, but now he's got a bowl to Shane Watson. And only 3 men allowed out still, so 3 men are all out on the leg side at the moment. There's a sweeper, deep mid-wicket, and deep mid-on.
Good stroke. Offside is where Watson will go. Hit the ball at the top of the bounce. He's moving so well, he can change the length so quickly.
And that shot may have been the reason that Shane Watson said no to the single previous delivery. Saw that everyone was up on the offside, a little bit of width. Thank you very much. Lovely use of the crease and placed it well. Got it behind point, found the gap, found the boundary.
Yeah, ball है.
It's none for 91. There's the illustration of Australia's fantastic start. They made 65 in the first 10 overs, but only 26 in that 5-over bowling power play. Shane Watson's going like a steam train. 67 now from 60 balls as Afridi fiddles with his field again. 4.1 overs, none for 11. Great effort by Afridi. Watson's gone quiet. Marsh can't get at him. That's his tactic at the moment, the sweep shot.
That's a 100 partnership between these two. Watson dominating, but Marsh has played very sensibly, given as much of the strike as he can to Watson. Watson 69 and Marsh 29. 100 for no wicket, and we're into the 20th over.
You talk about a launching pad. Australia have got their best for a while, actually. Go back to their game against South Africa last season. I think they made 269, 260 odd. They were chased down in about the 45th, 46th over, and there was a game here against New Zealand. Australia batting first, got a big total, and then rolled New Zealand cheaply. But they'll know they'll probably need more than 270, and they're well on track. I mean, they should get 300 plus, to be honest, from here. Plenty of batting to come, although things can change.
They're in the middle of one right now. Afridi's thrown it up. The man's well positioned and takes it beautifully, Shoaib Malik. So Watson goes to a clever piece of bowling and solid fielding.
And it was nothing more than a flick, Heels. He could have given that more, Shane Watson. He's been brutal up until this point. A little bit extra in that, sailing into the crowd. But Shoaib Malik got himself into a beautiful position, just watching him circle around the back of it. He made a good angle, and then he was close to the rope, but was able to settle under it and keep those eyes steady, which makes catching in the deep easier. 69, and very entertaining from Watson, 1 for 100.
The last ball of that over was a single by Shaun Marsh to follow up the dismissal of Shane Watson. And Ricky Ponting and the Australians can't complain with the start they've been given. Sensational platform.
Pakistan just needed to get the breakthrough. They can hope to put some pressure on Ricky Ponting. Mind you, when you look at that career, I don't think he feels pressure too often, but maybe this is the first time in his career that he's just feeling a little bit uneasy at the start of his innings. Afridi, the wicket taker, and plenty of cheer when he got down towards the fence. There's a strong support here for Pakistan, out in numbers, which is great to see.
And that's Shane Watson. He's been resisting that type of shot, and Afridi's been bowling fast and flat and straight at the stumps. Then he threw one up, so Watson had to go for it and wasn't in the mode to crack it as hard as he could have. Thought he could pop it over Shoaib Malik's head, but couldn't. He moved well, caught it well, and boom boom strikes. Ajmal to Marsh now, sweeping from off the stumps brilliantly. That is fantastic.
Well, Marsh will try to take over now. He played second fiddle to Watson quite deliberately and unselfishly, but now with Ponting in there, Marsh will try to accelerate. That's a super shot.
He probably should just try and up it a little bit from now, but the worrying thing for Pakistan is that Marsh has got another 1 or 2 gears to go. If he gets in full flight, he is extremely hard to stop. He got a 100 in a 20-20 game for Western Australia. One of the most brutal innings I've witnessed. So he's got all the shots, he's powerful down the ground, pulls and cuts. And he's got to make the most of this start, Shaun Marsh.
The other thing, Mike, when you talk about a score of 300, the way they'll do that is not to leave any ammunition in the sheds. They've got to bat the whole order now. Get right down to Horrocks or Mackay if you have to. But come out and bat really attackingly, put the pressure back on the Pakistanis, knowing that the Quicks have got to do a lot of it. So they need more than the run of ball to get up to 300 now. But it's no use having Haddon left at the end. They need to bat through as hard as they can. One for 128 last year against South Africa. So they're in a lot better position than they were after 20. Made 269.
Yeah, well, that's where, the comment, things can change quickly. If you're not taking just a little bit of time to get a partnership going, you've got that ability in 50 overs. And I don't think these guys forget that. 2020, different ball game. Can't let a grouping of dot balls go. You've got to be playing your shots and making the most of it, and I think very much you keep that hitting mode going right through.
Or singles, converting your dots into singles at worst.
Well, Michael Clark the other night, perfect example. He's got to probably take a little bit more innovation, Michael Clark, into the 2020 game, but the way he batted the other night was perfect for him and perfect for the team.
Ponting sent back. Fortunately. 21 gone, 1 for 106.
Talked a little earlier about the windstorms and rain out in this area, Coogee, Randwick and here at the SCG. And we've got a good crowd in now, 27,900 at the moment. And that in spite of the threatening weather earlier. The showers have stopped. Hopefully we won't get any more today.
It's in the air. It's also into the gap. Shaun Marsh to 39.
A moment there for Shaun Marsh. He would have thought that possibly could have guided that to one of the fieldsmen, but he hits the gap. It goes in the air, that top edge. But fortunately does find the gap, and there's no stopping it. Really accelerates down towards that end of the ground. That being the Paddington end. So Shaun Marsh looking good, 39 now.
That's the type of single we've been talking about, and they haven't showed any sort of willingness to take Afridi down the ground, and he's really difficult to do that. And yet this man down the bottom left allows a single every time. That's the shot they want to play. Maybe Mohammad Yusuf and Shahid Afridi can get them playing something else rather than an easy single down the ground, which is the way to play him.
Yeah, I think that's the way to play him, unless you've just got a dynamite sweep. You've just got to make sure, because he doesn't turn it, that there's every chance it can hit you in line and be going on to hit the peg. So you've got to be confident in playing the sweep shot, or any cross bat shot for that matter. Ponting might be just a little watchful here, given that he got out to Afridi the other evening.
Same width too, wasn't it? He bowled it wide. He's not known for his width, Shahid Afridi, and that's how he picked up Ricky. And trying it again, just to see what Ricky had first up. Back onto the straighter line.
Well, Afridi's a pretty good bowler, and he's already shown there's some bounce in this pitch. He's getting the ball up around about waist height from a decent length. It's coming the last ball of his over.
Good in swing, cramping the cut shot. Ponting stays on naught. 1 for 111. Proving very difficult to keep up what Shane Watson started. He thrilled this SCG crowd, and now it's Ponting and Marsh who are doing it quite tough without taking risks. against the spin of Afridi and Ajmal. Bowled 11 between them for just 38 runs.
Once again, there's a ball that could have been played down the ground, but Sean Marsh was content to hit to mid-wicket.
That one's hit straight to the man, Umar Gul. And Sean Marsh loses his wicket to the man they're trying not to, Shahid Afridi.
There's that risk against Afridi. You play across the line in any shape or form, and it was more of a leading edge, so Marsh was trying to play it in maybe the correct fashion, but it was the toppy. It just bounced a little bit more. He was swivelling the bat in his hands too early, and the leading edge got all the way to long on. Sat up and said, catch me. 2 for 114 now.
Well, the go-to man for Pakistan is bringing them back into this game. Watson got Australia off to a flyer, and Afridi has dismissed the two that were responsible for that flyer, really, Watson and Marsh now. That brings the captain and vice-captain into the crease for Australia. Afridi to Ponting. Well, we mentioned that down the ground was a spot that's difficult to play Shahid Afridi to, and Sean Marsh found out.
Was the top spinner almost a wrong in there from Afridi? You know, I'm not sure it's the area I think you should be trying to hit Afridi, but he's gone to flick it to the onside. There was a big gap out there at sort of cow corner. They just got there a little bit early, misread the delivery, and that's all it took.
Well, Umar Gul's teammates won't know how close it came not to be a wicket. Look at that. It's in and it's out. And it's 115 on the board for 2 wickets.
So just past the halfway mark now. Ajmal continuing. And we'll see a lot of that. A lot of the use of the feet by Michael Clarke. He just loves to get down the pitch.
Well, it's very useful too in the concept of building an innings after you've had a good start. Clarke could come in and the bowlers could tie him down, and that wouldn't work. But as it is, his footwork's so good, he's getting away.
Well, it's been interesting to watch these spinners. They're easily the most economical of the bowlers so far. Afridi going for just over 3 and over, and Ajmal just under 4.
Absolutely, and I left my last stint of commentary 38 minutes ago. The run rate was 6.2 and over. It's now 4.75 and over. That's how effective they've been.
Down the wicket again, and another single. They're quite happy at the moment in the early stages of this partnership, just to pick off ones with the odd 2. What they don't want to do is lose wickets, and then of course we've got the Whites and the Hussies and the Haddons who come in, and if there are not too many wickets down, we'll certainly see some action.
Pakistan have done very well just in those overs Mark Nicholas was mentioning. We're now pushing up towards the end of the 27th over. It's 128, and they have pulled it back. It was looking as though it might be a 300-plus score at one stage. But, they've managed to pull it back, and they've done it with good, sensible bowling, some quite good fielding.
Well bowled,
Just a little quicker that time. It's 2 for 128. Well, Afridi has bowled 8 overs and taken 2 for 25, and unfortunately he's had to slip off the ground. So a forced change here while he does what he's got to do. Mohammad Amir. Just to give you some idea of some of the variations of Afridi, just watch this. These are the 3 main deliveries he has. First of all, there's the one on the extreme left. This is the first of the variations. That's an overspin delivery, top spinner. Then is an orthodox, well, it's not really orthodox because he's using his middle finger. That's an off spinner. And then last but not least, that is his leg spinner. So a fair bit of variation there. The other thing he does is every now and again he bowls a really fast delivery. He's cut back on that, and I think quite wisely as well, because you can really toss up too many different things. But he's certainly bowling, I think, a little slower these days, and certainly a little better.
You're dead right. He's got one. He bowled one of them at the Gabba that was 120 Ks. To medium pacer. Also nice changes of so much call it flight, but just of height of delivery. Some a little slower, thrown a little higher. Really a flighter of the ball. He doesn't deceive the batsman with his flight, more with his change of pace.
Oh well, that's deflected. It looked to me as if it was off the pads, but it may have been a bit of bat in that. Good throw, but the running's equal to the task. Rana getting that ball back beautifully. Yeah, I thought that was off the pad.
Well, that was good cricket all round. A very good piece of bowling. Found the outside edge and then a great run round to his left and pick up and throw. And Clark really had to hustle to get back in.
It's just interesting looking at Clark on that hot spot. You could also see a little bit of protection around the rib cage. You could just see it. He got smashed in the rib cage. You can just see as he goes up there, a little bit of protection there. It's understandable because he got smashed in the ribs. A sort of blow that could quite easily have resulted in a cracked rib.
Yeah, that 3 mobile hotspot shot there showing where that hit him. Just gives you a good idea of the technology available these days. Quite vivid there on the thigh pad.
Almost like an X-ray, isn't it? That 3 mobile hotspot. Heaven knows what'll come next. We'll have a look at the heart rate. It'll be a bit too up close and personal for all of us. Interesting period because Ponting was really in no sort of touch the other night. Having made the double 100 and then the 89 in Tasmania, the Test match, you'd have expected him to be flying high. Anything but. He's struggled with his footwork and he didn't seem to be watching the ball under the bat. Michael Clark scored almost exclusively in singles. He hit just 1 boundary the other night. There is then a chance here for Pakistan to close this down a bit and take a better hold on the game. The quality of cricket in the next 10 overs by both teams may well determine how things go this evening.
Well, that's well bowled. Yes, this is the passage of play in one-day internationals that quite a few of the critics of one-day internationals tend to talk about a fair bit. This period of consolidation, it's often described as.
Well, the way they're going, I reckon the Australians will be lucky to get 274, as was the chasing target up in Brisbane. And they'll need to accelerate if they're to get past that. And at one point, it looked as though it was definitely a 300 chase.
Short delivery and pulled away quite well too by Ponting, keeping it down because 2 men back on the boundary. And that is the end of the over. 2 down for 133. Ponting and Clark with White to come. Played wonderfully well in Brisbane. Hussey as well, a good player. Haddon loves to hit it straight and hard and far. Oh, going down the pitch. I really think Ponting is beginning to get just a little frustrated here. 11 singles in his innings so far. I think he's looking for a boundary.
This is the man who posed all sorts of problems to Ponting when he came in the other night at the Gabba. He was swinging the ball back at Ricky Ponting at great pace, and the feet weren't moving. Ricky was stuck on the crease. Here he's decided to try to upset the bowler's length by changing the position from which he takes strike. Sometimes he's back in the crease, sometimes he's coming down the wicket.
Well, thinking about the single again, that time it was Clark who sent him back.
Well, that that last delivery in particular shows just what pressure there is on the batsman, how well Pakistan have fought back in this little period.
Ponting goes. Clark says no. Quite right too. Malik was onto that one quickly. This is over 30. That's nicely placed. 2 this time for Ponting.
Good crowd in, 28,000 in the ground already. We're almost certainly past the 30,000 mark as we move into the evening. Out! Ricky Ponting caught at mid-on. Don't Pakistan love it, whether on or off the field?
Ponting was getting edgy, absolutely no doubt about that, and decided to try and go over the top. It was a little leg cutter to the right-hander. He mishit the ball, and he's got him. So Mohammad Yusuf takes the catch. Ponting looks very disappointed, in fact almost angry. He leaves the ground. Australia have now lost their 3rd wicket. Ponting out for 13, 3 for 138. Well, they're certainly happy. Quite a big Pakistan contingent here at the SCG today. Certainly making plenty of noise. Cameron White is the new batsman. Played brilliantly in Brisbane. 105, his second one-day international century. And both of them were on, were 105. He smashed it all over the place. Strong as an ox he is. Can he do it again tonight? Pakistan will realise they need to get him quickly. He's out there with Clark. Clark on 11. Well, Ponting, the man out, caught Yusuf for 13.
It was mistimed and in a sense misjudged as well by Ponting. It slightly slower delivery, I think, from the bowler, which means that he will have outthought the Australian skipper. Mohammad Yusuf, the Pakistan captain, who seems to be on a knife edge at the moment, according to reports from Pakistan. He was the one who took the catch.
Oh, good bouncer. Very good bouncer. 138 kilometres an hour. 2 runs and a wicket in that over. 3 for 138. Well, that's the Australian batting card. With White out there, he's only just arrived at the crease. Wonderful atmosphere of the SCG. Started off a little damp this morning, but it's been dry right throughout the match. A little bit of cloud overhead. Right, the run rate now down to 4.42. So this has been a really good fight back by Mohammad Yusuf and his Pakistan team. They really have kept the pressure up here. Another off cutter from Rana Naved.
Just picking up on Tony's point a moment ago about the ball, it's become very difficult to see. It's really dirty. Remember, we've had a lot of overnight rain. So the ball's difficult to see, possibly too, it's soft. One of the reasons that they change it after the 34th over. Well, they're two of the reasons that they change it.
Over the top and down to the boundary for 4. Well, that relieves the pressure a little bit. That's the first 4 in 12 overs.
Yeah, it has been a very good performance from Pakistan and from the skipper Mohammad Yunus. Nice shot from Cameron White. Got that right off the meat of the bat. And Rana is bowling his 5th over. We're talking about the ball being changed after 34, which is the number of over being bowled at the moment. And Rana will have bowled 5 then. He's had the opportunity to get a bit of reverse swing out there in these last 10 overs that have been bowled.
Should he be in the test team? That's what the viewers think. KFC Pulse there, 65% say yes. That's not surprising after a knock like the one he played up in Brisbane. That could change quite easily if he continues to block it out here.
God, this is a hard school.
It's not a voluntary thing, the changing of the ball, 34 overs. It's compulsory.
He's had a go at this. It'll get down there, will it? No, not quite. No ball called anyhow. Well, it certainly was a rush shot. Right, so a free hit. He's obviously over the line. This will be interesting. A free hit. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's just over the line.
Yeah, it was a no ball, but Cameron White doesn't get the free hit because they took a single. Michael Clark gets it, and the field has got to stay exactly the same as it was. Look. No, they've altered that playing condition. Doesn't have to stay exactly as it was.
Smashed away. Well, that's what happens. Give him a free hit, and good players don't often waste them. Michael Clark playing that magnificently.
Didn't he make it look ridiculously easy, almost lazy? He picked the slower ball. I think he predicted the slower ball. I think he took a punt on that. It was the wrist spinner. Look at that, right out of the back of the hand from Rana Navid, and swatted away by Michael Clark.
Yes, it was another one of those googlies of his. Last ball of the over. Just the single, and because that's 34 overs bowled, they'll now change the ball, and the Gatorade drinks cart will make its way onto the ground at the same time. So Australia 3 down for 157. Right, 3 for 157.
Yeah, 16 overs left. The ball has now been changed. So you can see that much whiter, brighter ball there now being used. So still this compulsory change in one-day internationals of the ball after the 34 over mark. But Mohammad Yusuf there, going back to Rod Tucker, the umpire, obviously he doesn't look too happy about the ball he's been given. May think it's too good, too new, which means it'll be harder and probably better to hit from an Australian point of view.
Well, don't they get a choice? Perhaps he's saying that's not the ball that I chose. That may be what he's saying. I think the umpires before the start of play say, righto, this is the choice of your new ball, and this is the other box for the ball when it's going to be changed. So I think he's saying, I put the one you chose in my left pocket, and I put the one the Australians chose in my right pocket. And I took that one out of my left pocket, so of course it's the one you chose.
Still a very intriguing part of the game, isn't it? At the 35th over, there is a change in the ball, and they're saying it's going to be of a similar age, but they're always a hell of a lot whiter. They come off the bat a lot faster. They're definitely a newer ball, and it continues to be a real challenge for Kookaburra. And there was an article in the paper the other day, just the money that's being spent to try and develop a coloured ball that could be suitable for Test day-night cricket, as well as improving the wearing nature of the white leather ball.
Well, just looking again at Mohammad Yusuf out there, he was not happy about this at all. Have a look at this. This is a very, very strong objection to the ball that they've received out there. Then he just walks away.
Oh, that's well placed. Lovely use of the feet again from Michael Clarke, but also the placement once he got there. Turned it into a half volley and turned it into a boundary. 3 for 165. So 3 for 165 now, Australia, from 35 overs. The current run rate is 4.7. Mohammad Yusuf now just making the point now to the other umpire, Ahsoka De Silva, about the ball that he's not happy with at all. To me, it's just another case that we should have 2 white balls, 1 from each end. That's what's happening in domestic cricket. Ford Ranger Cup here in Australia, we've gone back to using 2 white balls, 25 overs each. You don't have to replace the ball. I think it just works so much easier.
Better than that, we develop a ball that stays white the whole duration of a 50-over match. Mind you, we've been talking about that for a long time now, and we haven't been able to achieve it. The whole challenge, of course, is to keep exactly the same characteristics, and the problem is that a leather ball goes dark once the covering wears off. It picks up the moisture and goes dark.
So it's Umar Gul back into the attack. So he'll be bowling with this revamped ball, or reconditioned ball, I suppose you'd call it.
Michael Clarke loves to dance when he bats, and when he's doing this, he's always looking good. He'll occasionally get out to the spinner, but he takes the spinners down a lot of the time, and that was just perfectly into the gap. Timing and placement got it to the boundary rope.
Oh, a big swing and a miss. There's a shout from behind. Umar Gul, the bowler, seemed to go up after Cameron Akmal, the keeper. Akmal, he swears he hits it here. There wasn't a lot of reaction from the bowler until he saw the keeper go up.
Well, the strength of the swing and the flourish of the swing might have been his neck coming out of joint. Click of the neck because he swings so hard, but it's very close to the bat. And the ball actually was past the bat before he gets through.
There's certainly nothing on our 3 mobile hotspot there, and I agree with you, Michael. So we looked a bit late on it. That's what he was trying to do last ball. Gets a single for that. It was interesting looking at that super slow-mo of Michael Clarke hitting that shot. Just watch how he takes the bat slightly back inside the line, and in the end, he's just hitting through the line of the ball. Look, here's the bat coming from, well, about fine leg through to cover. The other thing to notice, he doesn't try to hit it very hard. He just times the ball. Right out of the middle, the head's down over the ball. Not a lot of risk in that shot. It's beautiful use of the feet and lovely technique in playing the shot. And now out. Straight to cover. And once again, Shahid Afridi is in the game.
Doesn't he love putting his arms up in the air? 3 times tonight. 2 when bowling and 1 when taking that catch. And the Pakistan contingent here very happy about it too.
They're doing a good job here, Pakistan. And now they are embracing. They're rallying hard. They're pulling it back here at the SCG. It looked like they were going to be chasing 300 plus, but that was when it was early doors. And now they're saluting with a Freedy, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Michael Clark gone, 4 for 166, Australia.
Michael Hussey is the new man for Australia. A lot of work to be done too. Pakistan have pulled this back nicely. The run rate's dropped back to 4.65. Hussey, outstanding career. 554.6 his average. Still 15 overs to go in this innings of Australia. And I like the way Mohammad Yusuf straight away has pulled all the field up. There's 5 men saving one. There's a slip. And Pakistan now on the attack. Great to see.
Yes, we've been a little critical of them on a few occasions. There's the catch again. Afridi, oh boy, up go the arms again. That's become a little hallmark of his. He's into the action. First thing he does is go whack, arms in the air.
He's one of those sort of cricketers, isn't he, Shahid Afridi? He's very rarely away from the action for too long. He loves his cricket. Hussey's away. Thick edge. 2 runs and a wicket from the over. 4 for 167. So Cameron White is 12. Mike Hussey has just come to the crease 1. Haddon and Horrocks still to come. Kai and Siddle can also bat. So there's a bit of batting left for Australia, but Pakistan have got themselves right back in the match after Watson and Marsh got Australia off to a flyer. It's been the spinners who have done the damage. And no great surprise to see this man back in the attack. 8 overs, 2 for 25 Afridi so far. Having a good game.
Boom Boom Afridi, the man with the googly, the top spinner, and of course the orthodox leg spinner, and that really fast delivery. We'll just show you in a minute what he's got up his sleeve.
We were talking earlier about Afridi, and he's not a big turner of the ball. He's not going to, as a wrist spinner, bring the ball back into the left-hander too much.
So there's the other variations. That one on the left, the top spinner, that's an orthodox off spinner, and the third one is a leg spinner, and that's only some of it. You've got to keep your eyes wide open when he's bowling. He's got a fast one as well.
We haven't seen much of the fast one yet. The fast one, when he really gets his rhythm, could be 125k. And that, just in the delivery stride, is a real surprise to the batsman, particularly if they're looking to shape up and play a horizontal bat shot. So you've really got to be not watching too closely for it, but trying to hit in the right areas to Afridi. You've really got to have a genuine game plan, and he'll rush you. He gets through his over very quickly.
And a great time to bring him back in to bowl his last 2 overs as well, with Mike Hussey just coming out to the middle. Hussey had some problems against Dinesh Canaria in the Test series, bowling his right arm leg spinners.
Yes, sir.
Almost worthwhile bringing that man up, I reckon, when Hussey's on strike. Doesn't play a lot of big shots over the infield at the start of his innings. He generally waits till about the 44th, 45th over before he really tries to hit the boundary. He'll be looking for ones for the next 6 or 7 overs. Cameron White, on the other hand, he thinks a lot about boundaries. Nearly got one there. Settles for 2.
Well, I'd like to see the back of White. They'll feel like they've really made an inroad if they do that. But Cameron White at the moment going along okay. How much did last night affect his fitness for tonight? Because he's a sweater, as we were talking about, and he was out there for a length of time in the hot, sticky conditions. Good fielding.
Yes, sir, sir, mate.
4 for 172. Here's Rana Naveed. Great commitment last over. He's a good cricketer, handy cricketer.
Yeah, wouldn't do much on the rugby field though. This is not the way to dive. Bang, down on his shoulder, tumbles all over the place. They obviously don't practice that much in Karachi.
Rana Naveed back into the attack. Oh, right through him. Great comeback this. Mike Hussey can't believe it. He's looking down the pitch saying, how did Watson get a a runner ball 70 on this.
Well, he's been a bit unlucky running Aved. He's done this a few times, beaten them all ends up. Beautiful ball.
Well, Mohammed Yusuf wasn't happy with this ball when it ball out after 35 overs. That went like an off spinner. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
You've got to be careful. The overreaction could come back and bite you, and I think it was probably about the state of the ball being newer than anticipated, and not just work for the quicks. That's where the overs are going to come from. Although Ajmal will get another one, no doubt about it, after his last over. Outstanding. And Cameron White, the pressure builds on him. The expectation is that he's the 4-hitter, the 6-hitter.
Yeah, and mid-on and mid-off have now gone back. Fine leg up inside the circle for White. He drives to long off. Just a single. Listening to Ian Healy earlier today, he said the Australians were practicing that, put the foot down the pitch and shovel the ball back over the keeper's head. We might see that from Cameron White. He's in that sort of form. The lap shot. Not easy off a guy bowling him around about 140 clicks.
The Dill Scoop, named after Dilshan.
Another one past the edge.
It takes a bit of doing, that Dill Scoop. You've got to look the ball right in the eye, and then try and, as it sort of gets about to hit you between the eyes, you scoop it over the top of your helmet.
Well, the courage to have played that first one, Dilshan, to get in there in that position, as you say, eye the ball and then go tuk over the top. It all sounds very simple, but the courage required, enormous.
Well, there's a lot of premeditation goes into the shot, doesn't it? That's the dangerous. You don't really know where the ball's going to be. You're assuming you're going to get a Yorker or at least a foolish delivery. If the bowler decides to bowl you a bouncer or worse still a beamer, hangs onto it or lets it go a little bit early, look out. It can be extremely dangerous delivery.
Yeah, Dilshan tends to set himself for a sweep. So he goes into the sweep position and then adjusts from there. If it's a bit short, he flicks.
That's another excellent over from Pakistan. Just 3 from that one. 42 gone, 4 for 194. 8 overs remaining. James Hopes. Actually, it's not James Hopes. We've got a new 12th man has just come out in the middle. And another word to the 2 batsmen. They've got together. It's Adam Voges this occasion. It's another word to the 2 batsmen about when this power play is going to be taken. You reckon it's going to be taken shortly?
Well, based on the theory that Mickey Arthur had, it should be next over, because you're going to be swinging at the end anyhow. That's what you don't want. You don't want to hit the ball straight back to the bowler, because there's a chance you'll field it. You don't want to hit it straight to the fielder in the covers or mid-wicket, and there's no one at mid-wicket, so there's definitely a one there. Got to keep it away from the fieldsman.
It's in the gap. Beautifully timed too. Gee, that's a good shot. There's 2 men in the boundary on the deep. He bisected them beautifully.
Yeah, very strong, isn't he, in this area, and he's been waiting for this. He's been waiting for something that he could hit with genuine power and try and pierce the fieldsman in the deep. He got it. It was a little bit quicker there from Ajmal. He did well, Hussey, to get hold of this.
I was just thinking that Mohammed Yusuf's a much better game with his bowlers. The fact that he's bowling Ajmal from this northern end of the ground means that the big boundary for Cameron White is on his leg side, so he's got to take on about an 80-metre boundary to right of screen there if he's going to hit with the spin. The shorter boundary is left of screen, so he'll be hitting against the spin to try and find that shorter boundary. He's tried for it. It's well bowled. Followed him. Got the length right there. Good piece of bowling.
Yeah, he's indicated to us up here that he fancies the offside more than the leg side. Slightly shorter boundary there.
There's the 200, the fourth 50 coming in, a 57 delivery. So Australia now upping the ante, not quite as quick as the initial 50. Going okay.
This is a better over from an Australian point of view. Got 7 from this with 1 to come. Cameron White on strike. That's a good finish. Couldn't get it away, White. 4 for 201. So 7 overs remaining. Mike Hussey and Cameron White both on 23. Both only have the 1 boundary. That boundary in the last over was the first for 8 overs. Naveed will continue. Hussey's still happy to pick up the singles at this stage. So 7 overs remaining, 7 and over. Australia going to make about 250. To me, it'll be about a par score on this pitch. Changing the commentary box, I've got Ian Healy and Mark Nicholas alongside me.
G'day, Tubbs. And we're going to see a few more boundaries, I reckon, maybe attempted boundaries anyway, because now they can start to throw caution to the wind and make sure they use all their batting power. White, Hussey, Haddon, Horrocks, and then the tail, Mackay, Siddle, Bollinger. So don't want to waste a whole lot of that, but 250 they've been pegged back really well and effectively by Pakistan in a great display. I didn't think they were going to get the effect of their 2 spinners on this pitch bowling first, but they have. They've been really good. Hussey finds the middle of the bat. Johanna shies.
Johanna's back.
That's right.
Yes, I thought Muhammad Yusuf, the artist formerly known as Yusuf Johanna.
Good call. Run of 6.5 overs, none for 37. He's got a big role to play because Hussey and White will start to advance. They'll try to knock him off his length. He's been efficient with the Yorker. And everything they've tried hasn't been easy. White walks across and flips to the short boundary. It's huge.
There's a man in form. That is ridiculous. Just a little flick of the wrists. A little flurry with the right foot.
Goes again. Slower ball, well bowled. And this is what Afridi was doing to the Australians in Brisbane. He was walking one way, then shimmying back the other and reverse bluffing. White so far has been pretty obvious what he's trying to do, and Naveed has followed it up with a beauty.
His nickname's the Bear, or Bear. It's Cameron White. You can see why. He's strong. That previous 6 he hit, that wasn't much more than a flick, and it went well back. It is a shorter boundary, but it's still 70 or 80 metres.
Oh, he's got another one. Straight into the gap. Beautifully timed. Rana Naveed is under pressure.
Just confirmation there, that last one, a 4, not a 6. So 13 from the over, 4 for 214.
Both batsmen striking at 83 runs if they were to face 100 balls. It's a good rate. And they've had to do it conservatively until maybe now. 6 overs to go. Ajmal continues. And Hussey top edges and gets it through. This might go all the way with the spin he's imparted on it. No. But Hussey goes to 28 and the 50 partnership is up.
It's interesting in Mark Taylor's comment about power being 250. Now, because of this acceleration, they put on 51 this pair to run a ball. Australia should slide past the 250 mark.
Well, the bowlers from here on in are going to be under immense pressure. Ajmal and Afridi, their best two by a long way today, and this is Ajmal's last. Afridi's already finished, so they've got 5 overs of the quicks. You need to be careful. Right, White on strike. Backs away. Plays with good control, which can't be said for Naveed's footwork.
Interesting to watch Cameron White. He's very keen to hit that short boundary, which is on the offside when Ajmal is bowling. So he's not looking to hit with the spin. Really is targeting the short side.
There it is again, the Dusra. Gets it right on the end of the bat. So clever bowling again. Angle into off stump, spin it away when he's expecting something to follow him.
You get the length right, the slower you bowl it, the better it is. But, gee, you have to be pitch perfect, don't you, on length?
Hussey's got the short boundary to the left now. Goes the other way, straight to the man. I mean, we say it's short, but it is probably 65 metres. It's not. It's probably the recommended boundary length for standard grounds around the world. So, but it is the shortest at the moment. These guys aren't fearful of miss-hits anymore. They just go for their shots. If they get it anywhere near the middle, it's 30 metres too long for the boundary. So a miss-hit can still get there.
And they've also got the leeway of the boundary rope in about 3 yards from the board. So it's much less of a hit than it used to be with much more damaging bats.
Oh, he's put it down. That can be big. His last ball of his spell, Saeed Ajmal. He could have had the massive wicket of Cameron White. Little moments like that can lose you a one-day match. 4 for 220. 5 to go. Five overs to go, and we've just seen a big moment in this match because now the Australians have to take the batting power play. There's just 5 overs to go, and it hasn't been done. And the spinners are finished.
Yeah, you're dead right, Ian Hill. If he hangs on to this, they'd have a new batsman in, Cameron White out, coming into the power play. It was a funny moment too, because then there was nearly a collision, or there was a collision between the two batsmen. There's the drop catch, and just keep an eye on the two batsmen. Whoops. Oh, gee, don't run into the shoulder there, Mike Hussey. That was almost a shirt front.
Should have caught it. The truth has to be told. It's not a very committed effort by Ajmal. Almost as if he was surprised by the opportunity. There was no kind of sharpness to his move to the ball. Oh, how big is it? Well, we'll find out in a minute. But we now have 5 overs of carnage with 6 wickets in hand. Only 3 fielders allowed outside the ring. The bowler is going to have to be quite something to hold back the Australians.
They have been allowed to keep 5 men outside the ring, but not now. Fine legs up. White's in form. Amir's into the attack. There's one of the men that's outside the ring.
I just wonder what score the Australians might be targeting. This is about the same situation that Pakistan found themselves in game 1. They were about 4 for 224, I think, and made 50 from their group of 5 overs. Australia probably hoping for something similar. 10 and over gives them 270.
Topsy-turvy nature of this version of the game, and of course the Pakistan team in general. Good, bad and indifferent all mixed in. Hussey's top edged it. It might be safe. No, he's under it. And Hussey has to go.
He's a good man to have under a skyer. He's very cool under pressure. He's got excellent hands, got a good cricket brain. He's done all that he had to do. Little boost here for Pakistan after the drop catch against Cameron White.
Two very good catches now to Shoaib Malik. The one to remove Watson on the boundary, and then the skyer. He did look comfortable under that. He had to make some ground. Had to roll at the end too, but he looked comfortable. He looked like hanging onto it, and he did. 5 for 221.
5 for 221. Game 2 is a great contest. Mohammad Amir bowling to Cameron White. Brad Haddin at the crease. He gets onto the strike now. A big first up ball by Amir coming back into the attack. 2 for 31 with the wicket of Hussey.
Oh, this should be good fun, watching Brad Haddin and Cameron White go. Ooh, if Haddin can get his eye in here, find some form. We know how well he can hit them. Here's the wicket. Mike Hussey. Mentioned only 3 men out.
Just the peripheral vision too of Saeed Ajmal that might have troubled Shoaib Malik. As I said, he really does have a cool head. It's one of the reasons he was briefly in charge of the Pakistan side.
First ball worked for one. How good would it have felt? Cameron White out, caught by Saeed Ajmal, and then Mike Hussey, the bowling of Mohammad Amir.
Match winning good maybe.
My word, for those just coming in and having a look at this game, Australia was 65 off 10 overs. They were on fire. Now they are 223 off 45 and a half. And that was the 5th wicket to fall. Mike Hussey, 29 from 34 balls. They've been pegged back well. Still got a bit of ammo though, the Australians. Haddin and White can create havoc.
It was a blitzkrieg from Shane Watson to begin with. 69 from 71 balls, and he slowed down at the end.
Good over. Good over. A wicket and just 5 singles. 5 for 225.
That's why Pakistan have done well. Look at the right-hand column, that they've kept the Australians under reasonable control, other than Shane Watson balls faced for runs scored. But every time someone's got in, they got them out. 16, 41, 30, 25, an unbeaten 39 and 29. That is the best way to stop people scoring runs. Get them out.
Not a good sign that for Mohammad Amir. He's just come in and bowled 1 over in his second spell. That's his 7th. He's got 2 for 35, and that groin injury was the tightness that kept him out of the Sydney Test. So it's re-emerged. Whether he can get through the last 3 will be interesting. Well, he has only got 2 from this end and 2 from the end he's just finished at is all that's required. 4 overs from Pakistan. A big effort. They've done brilliantly at times to keep Australia to where they are. Haddin and White are trying to explode to get what they want. Over the covers, he may get there. Umar Akmal.
Oh, look at that. That was terrific. Umar Akmal screaming around the boundary, picked it up and let it fly to the far end of the ground. Watch this. Brilliant. Good pick up, and let's rip right over the top of the bales at the far end.
Umagal, 8.1 overs, 1 for 48, just under 6 an over. Really effective in this part of a one-day game or a 2020 game. Just a little unsettled at the moment by the look of him. So Haddin has smashed through covers first ball. This time he goes down the ground, pinches a single, there's pressure on. Missed.
Umar Gul's got a great reputation, and in 2020 cricket he's got an excellent record. But this is really at the cutting edge of his business here, to now get Cameron White and Brad Haddin, two of the purest strikers, particularly off the front foot. If they get the chance to go forward, they like it, and he'll be looking to bowl full. He'll bowl very few short. His mixture will be either the full in-swinging Yorker attempt or that back of a length thing that hits the splice. It's one or the other, nothing in the middle, at least not if he's at his best.
He's going to have to bowl well here. Third man has now come up inside the circle, mid on, mid off back, and deep backward square leg of the 3 men out.
He had to be full, and he was, but White tried to whip it across the line, almost got 4.
We have seen quite a lot actually in this modern era. Certainly it's something that Shane Warne developed with the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL, the use of the bouncer late at this stage of the innings, and you set a very different field. But with this field, with fine leg and mid-wicket up, and the only man back on the leg side out at deep backward square, the bowl bounces is a fearful risk. So with mid on and mid off back, it's full, has to be.
Fine leg and third man, both on the ring, so a tickle either side of the wicketkeeper is effective. That's what he's tried, Brad Haddin, to try to hit one of those gaps, but didn't get there. Good bowling.
Really good bowling. Slower ball there from Umar Gul. Interesting to note with Umar Gul, he's got a reputation as one of the best, if not the best bowler in 2020 cricket in recent times, and he goes for 5.5 runs per over in 2020 matches. But in one-day matches, he goes for 5 and over, which is not a lot better, which is quite surprising. And maybe he bowls at the death a lot in one days, but you reckon his economy rate would be better in one-day cricket than it is.
White bludgeons down the ground too. Walked across in front of his stumps that time. I think he's starting to target the mid-wicket gap. Hasn't worked out exactly what he's trying to do. 1 ball and 3 overs to go.
Well, no boundaries so far in this over. Mixed it up really well, Umar Gul. A couple of Yorkers or fuller balls and a few slower ones. Got 1 left to bowl to Haddin, who'll be looking for the boundary.
Haddin pushes for 2. White will get back because he backed up beautifully at the non-striker's end. And even though it was a great over by Umar Gul, there was 8 from it. 5 for 233. The man largely responsible for that position of the Australians, 5 for 233, is Shane Watson at the top. Now he's down in the members area with Michael Slater.
Yeah, he certainly is. Look, down to the last couple of overs, there's going to be some big hitting. Talking of big hitting, Watto, did you decide before that first ball that you were going to take them on this morning or this afternoon?
Yeah, I did. My approach was slightly different to what it was at the Gabba. It's actually just being a bit more aggressive to start with, and lucky enough I got a few sort of easier balls to get off the mark and get the innings going as well, which is a good thing to be able to kickstart your innings.
How did you find the pitch?
Yeah, the pitch was actually, the ball seemed around a little bit early, especially when they got their length a bit fuller. Lucky enough for me, they bowled a little bit shorter to me, so it didn't really make too much of a difference because I was able to get my pulls and cut shots in as well. But when they pitched it up, it was very difficult to actually score and survive as well.
So they got it wrong at the top of the order. That one is just falling safe there. Cameron White, he's got a big swing on him. So they got it wrong at the start, Pakistan?
Well, they bowled a bit too short, which is a good thing for me, but I think if we get our length right when we're bowling, it's going to be very difficult to score, and also because it's seaming around a little bit, we could, hopefully we can get through that top order pretty well.
South Africa chased down 269 against you guys last year. You're heading for about a similar score. Will you be comfortable with 260?
I think 260 would be a good score. I think, especially if we bowl well. I think with the sun going down, hopefully a little bit of dew might just continue to freshen up the wicket a little bit, and if we get our lengths right, hopefully we can get a few early wickets.
And if you're not in the runs, you're in it with the wickets, the four-face. So you've really been able to take this form you showed in the Test matches into the one-day arena. So a good start.
It has been, yeah. Unfortunately, I missed out with the bat in the first game, but the good thing about being a rounder, you can actually try and make up and still perform, I suppose, in a game and contribute to the game. So hopefully I can bowl well again tonight and get a couple more wickets to be nice.
Most bizarre dismissal I've ever seen, hitting it with the end of the bat. Very skillful.
Yeah, I wish I meant to do it. It went a lot further than I thought it was going to go, so it's just one of those things.
And that is huge. Hadn't really launching that one into the deep, and that's exactly what you need. So just to finish, mate, a total you'll be happy with?
Oh, I think if we can get to 260 would be definitely a good score to be able to defend. But like anything, you do have to bowl well, and hopefully we can get a few wickets early with the new ball.
Good luck tonight. Enjoy the atmosphere here.
I will, definitely. Thanks, lads.
Back up to you, boys.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Shane. 22 off 14 balls is what they need to get to 260, and Haddon's got it on his mind for sure. Mohammad Amir tried a slower ball and came off second best.
It's the first time he's come off second best. He's bowled beautifully this over. A couple of good short balls to Cameron White to start with. Then a Yorker. Got away for a single. Hadn't guessed right on that occasion.
Good pace. Real good pace. Just under 150 Ks at this stage of the innings. Well positioned. He's, as Michael Slater mentioned earlier in the day, he's a star on the horizon, no question. He's got the ability to think under pressure, try different things, change his position on the crease, slower balls as well as the bumper. Got a really, really good wrist position. Gets him that pace at the last minute of his bowling action. Tonight, though, the last ball's gone for 4. 10 off his over.
Yeah, 10 from the over. Good one from an Australian point of view, but what a great effort from Mohammad Amir. He's still bowling around about 150 Ks per hour. We reckon he's aggravated that groin injury that kept him out of Sydney Test. Very tough when you're bowling to people like Cameron White. He's in great form, 46 now from 53 deliveries, and Brad Haddon comes in. He's already 13 from 8, and you can see there those red lines. That's the 3 overs so far in this batting power play. This is tough for a bowler right at the end of the game.
Just going to say, you can't defend everywhere, and you're dead right that he needn't. He pretty much got that right. He needed to pitch it up another 3 inches into perfect block hole ball. But now these 12 balls now, these are game breakers potentially. What happens here?
Haddon gets it through the gap. It's not going to go for 4. Cameron White is pushing. Short boundary, just a 2.
A lot of good fielding tonight. Been a lot of pace around the boundary's edge. Brilliant arms some of these guys have got. The throws accurate over the top of the stumps. There's been much to admire about Pakistan's effort. Can they turn it into victory? Well, 11 balls to go. If 250 is par, as Mark Taylor says, they don't want to be too many more than a 260 chase.
Full and straight again. Haddon has got plenty of bat on it. Lots to do for Shoaib Malik. Does it well. Brilliant fielding. Good bowling, good batting to go with.
Yeah, Shoaib Malik, Rana Naveed, Umar Akmal, they've been the stars in the field for Pakistan. Saved 2 more here, did Shoaib Malik. Got the angle right where he needed to get that ball just before it reached the fence. He's also taken a couple of good catches. Have a very good game so far.
That's going to be a targeted area. He's going to need to be on the ball. He's got 60 metres on his right, that's vacant, and about 40 on his left, Shoaib Malik. And that's where Haddon is targeting, mid-wicket. No, he's backed away. Gone over cover and got a fortunate outside edge.
It's a dog of a game. They don't call it bowling at the death for nothing.
I wonder if you can target first slip. Backs away. He certainly was targeting over cover, but that'll do. Perfect. Good healthy edge. Right where I wanted it to go. That'll do. 4.
The last couple of overs have been profitable for the Aussies. There's no man out in cover. That's the other side of the ground as we're looking at it there. You see those 3 Pakistani patrollers. That's what Haddon's looking to pierce or go over the top of, because no one's patrolling the sweeping area. Umar Gul's got to get his Yorker right. He does.
That is precision bowling for Umar Gul. And Healy called that dead right. He's looking to hit that short boundary on the offside, but all the men are saving one, not four. Has to be four, has to be leg stump. Precision bowling, that.
Right, White, he can hit long enough to go over any boundary. Which one is he going to choose? Over cover. He hasn't cleared it. It's just one bounce. He follows 100 in Brisbane with a 50 in Sydney.
A bit like Shane Watson, he's not wasting his good form. He's dynamite at number 5. You get any sort of a start, he doesn't have to face the new rock, then way. He can change games, and that may be just what he's doing.
13 off 5 balls. He's only just caught up with that. Umar Gul saw what he was going to try and do, pushed it wide, and the middle of the bat was still there. Full toss. Could be 4 as well. Definitely 3.
Syed Ajmal, fair on that occasion. 16 from that over. High for 259 now. 1 over remaining. Chance still for 270.
Right, for those who haven't seen the wickets that have fallen, the 5 so far for the Australians. Shane Watson picked out the man from an Afridi slower ball. Shoaib Malik took a good catch. Shaun Marsh just a leading edge down the ground to Umar Gul to take the catch. The bowling of Saeed Ajmal, then Muhammad Amir took the wicket of Ponting, caught by his captain Muhammad Yusuf.
And Michael Clark looking to up the ante, holds out the cover, then Mike Hussey straight after the bowling or the batting power play was taken. Another good catch to Shoaib Malik, who's led in the field today.
All catches in the deep, very little's beaten the bat, nothing bowled or LBW or little fine nicks to the keeper. It's essentially a good batting pitch.
Muhammad Amir battles away. Beautiful Yorker. Fortunate to get away with a non-wide because Cameron White had shuffled outside leg.
Yeah, I reckon that's a fair enough call, though. He was moving all around the place. Let's have a look. No, it's gone, well, inside his left leg. It's gone actually through his leg. So I reckon that's a fair enough call. Had Cameron White stood his ground, Soka de Silva may well have called that for a wide. That's good umpiring. Back there, a 3 hot spot just shows it flicked the pad.
Huge fully. Big top edge too. Massive effort at mid-wicket. And Cameron White takes 2 for all that.
Well, you could not question Rana Naveed's commitment. A really red-hot go at this. That's a long way to cover. Ran 20-30 metres. Dive full length, just through his hands. That's a fair enough effort.
Reminded me of that Glenn McGrath catch, getting Michael Vaughan at Adelaide. The best outfield catch that I've seen.
White backs away, gets a short ball. He's popped it up to the captain again. Muhammad Yusuf takes the catch, and it is a brilliant piece of bowling by the youngster.
He is quite something. If he really is 17, then he's got staggering sort of presence of mind he's got under this extreme pressure. Anyway, another magnificent performance from Cameron White comes to an end. He'll be doubtless on the receiving end of a standing ovation from the members, because that's a crackerjack performance. 58 balls faced, 55 scored at 6 for 261.
And Nathan Horrocks jogging out to the middle. Cameron White deservedly so gets a good hand from, well, not just the members but everyone in the ground. Nathan Horrocks running out. The good news from an Australian point of view is that they crossed, or the batsman crossed while that ball was in the air. So Brad Haddon will be on strike. 3 balls remaining. That almost filled him in. That was quick.
jammed the pull shot, that's for sure. Cameron White looking for something up in the block hole. Oh, gets the fast speared in bouncer. Outfoxed.
Just while we reflect on Nathan Horitz's arrival, some of the umpires have done very well in these two matches is control the bouncer. They haven't been too strict on it. And that's so much more interesting when the bowlers have a big variation of length to play with.
Right, Haddon's on strike, the batsman crossed. He backs away and looks to the leg side too, just a single. Nathan Horitz can let rip as well. His one-day average is 28. He's played plenty of handy innings for Australia.
It'd be a good test for him, Heels. He's just come in. This guy's bowling about, the last ball was 147 Ks. He gets one of those bounces that Cameron White got, he'll do well to catch up with it.
And he's only got 2 balls anyway.
262 the total. 2 balls to go. They've got to where Shane Watson was hoping they would. Can they put a few more on? Oh, a little inside edge. And Haddon gets the last ball now.
Brad Haddon gained the ground that he's entitled to do with this new regulation. Something that Mark Taylor was talking about in Tasmania.
Now that's the problem with this new law. Look at Haddon. He's halfway down the pitch before that ball's even hit. He's going to get 2 that goes anywhere outside the circle.
That's right. Horitz has got to catch up with him if that's the case. But if he claps it down the ground, the 2 is easy. Haddon gets a full toss. Last ball. He gets a good result as well. It's a 4 in Australia. Finish on 267. Well, Haddon, what did he finish on? 27 from 14 balls. Horitz just the 1, but the innings based around Shane Watson's explosion at the top. Marsh was handy with him. Clark, White and Hussey, as well as Haddon, extremely effective to build a total that they'll be happy with. Pakistan have their hands full to match that. Australia think they've got enough. You can never underestimate the thrilling flair of the Pakistani outfit. We'll take a break. We're back soon to see just what Pakistan can achieve.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground for the second session in the second Commonwealth Bank Series match between Australia and Pakistan. The Australians put into bat by Mohammad Yusuf made a very, very good fist of things. 6 for 267 from their 50 overs. A sparkling performance from Shane Watson at the top of the order, and more good stuff from Cameron White down the list. Brad Haddon was good at the end there too. Pakistan 3 for Mohammad Amir, the gifted young teenager, and 2 for Shahid Afridi, the best of the bowlers. 10 overs, 2 for 35 from him at a time when they were most needed. Ian Healy's made a dash upstairs, also in the commentary box, Richie Banno, and waiting for us now is Mark Taylor.
Thank you, Mark Nicholas, Michael Slater and Ian Healy. Doug Bollinger will open the bowling from the northern end of the ground. Salman Butt will face up to the first delivery. 2 slips, no gully. So, man, it's sort of deepish gully or backward point. 268 is the target. 5.36 runs per over needed from here on in. And here we go. An edge. There is that man at backward point. It's Ponting patrolling that area. I suppose he's doing a dual role there. He's hunting down a single. He's also there for that cut shot. Cameron Akmal, the non-striking man, not resting on these 2 at the top of the order. They started the first match in good form, particularly that man. He made a run of the ball 34. Got Pakistan off to a bit of a fly, and it will be interesting to see how they go about this run chase, whether they try to start the way Australia started earlier this afternoon when it was Watson who came out swinging.
I think that'll be the pattern early on, the one we just saw, the forward defensive stroke with perfectly upright bat, just to make sure they don't lose any wickets, and then they'll accelerate at what they reckon is the right moment. But that is about as good a forward defensive stroke as you'll see, although it's unusual in limited overs cricket.
He's away. Beats Ponting at backward point. First runs on the board for Pakistan. It's interesting, we had an interview there with Shane Watson just before Australia's innings, and he talked about he thought there was a little bit of movement to the balls that were pitched up, so it's important that Siddle, who may well bowl the next over, and Bollinger, who's bowling at the moment, get the ball full, give it a chance to swing, and if possible hit the seam. Try and get a little bit of movement from the odd grassy patch that's on this pitch. It's been a beauty though, really good one-day wicket.
The great thing about this pitch, when you look back and think about the Test match pitch, which had a lot of life in it the first morning, and then had the sensational ending where Australia won, this pitch today is giving the bowlers a bit of hope. You don't want dead flat tracks as you do get for limited overs games sometimes around the world. You want the bowler to have a bit of a chance, and the batsman as well, and then you want some excellent fielding thrown in.
Oh, a swing and a miss. That's the ball that Bollinger just pushes across the right-hander. He has the ability to swing the ball back in to right-handed batsmen. That makes this sort of delivery more useful. Just the angle takes it away from him. Short ball, actually looked like it went off the seam. It almost been a wide. Cameron Akmal thinks it certainly should have been. One run on the board after the first over. Yunus Khan, Mohammad Yusuf, Umar Akmal, Shoaib Malik, and then Afridi at 7. Plenty of batting for Pakistan. Peter Siddle, the bowling from the southern or the Randwick end of the ground. Similar field, just the two catching men in the slips. And everyone else saving one, bar deep third man, deep fine leg.
Siddle's ready to go. His control's got to improve. It'd be nice to see some swing here too. Still humid enough to maybe get some swing. He's got to be very clear on what he's trying to do.
Past the edge.
I was trying to sneak in a comment about wicket keeping before Ian Healy got back here, but he beat me to it. He's run up all the way off the field, up the stairs and along the corridor. And it was something about Brad Haddon that he did in the first over. And he has watched the ball right into his gloves and then taken a step and still is watching. And I rather like to look at that for any young wicket keepers coming in. However, I'm now going to have to ask Keels what he thinks.
No, you don't need to ask me, Rich. That's spot on. The good thing was where his gloves contacted the ball, right out in front of his eyes. And that allows him to cushion it in, have a nice length of catch. So gloves out towards the ball, then cushion it in as soft as you can. Nice rhythm. And if it's going to carry through like that all night, he'll love it.
I'd like to ask Ian Healy whether he actually ran up all those stairs. I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah, the lift. How slow is it here? So I've just gone, 35 stairs? 35 flights. No, the lift was there when I needed it, actually. Salman Butt needs plenty of luck and a half volley or two.
You talked about rhythm in your answer to Richie Beno and watching the ball, by the way. How do wicket keepers find rhythm?
Just through good practice drills, repetitious practice drills where the hitter that is hitting the catch to them doesn't hit it too hard. So it eliminates the guesswork. Is it going to go right? Is it going to go left? And you can just relax, stay low, watch the ball off the bat and move strong. the easiest way to lose your rhythm as a wicketkeeper and fall into bad habits is by having the catch that's hit to you at practice hit way too hard. You start to panic and you come out of your power position and you start to go early, and all of a sudden it's all gone.
And when you talk about rhythm, is it syncing your footwork in with your glove work? Is that what you call rhythm?
Yes, I reckon. Yeah, being in good body position, powerful enough. There was just a little transfer of weight from Brad's left foot onto his right foot before he started that whole movement, and that did synchronise well with the gloves.
Now down the leg side, and a shout, which for most keepers means absolutely nothing. It just means you're trying to avoid a wide.
Oh, you pumped us up there for 2 balls, you blokes, and now you're cutting us down. Genuine nick down the leg side, Brad hadn't thought. Maybe a little bit of bluff in it for the umpire to have a second thought. Maybe it did clip the thigh pad there. The umpire missed it all because he called it a wide. And it looks clear enough there. So 2 slips to the right-hander. Siddle's got to get himself going. The little step onto the left was the key there.
There have been quite a few deliveries in these 2 matches, the one up in Brisbane and the first part of this one, where looking from outside you might think, oh, well, that looks a bit like a wide, that's not within reach, or that, and then they haven't called them. But they're the ones that have been bouncing that they haven't called. Now that one just went past the batsman and they called it a wide, and I think that's a good decision.
Ooh, extra bounce there as well. May have saved Cameron Akmal. 2 from it. Done for 3. So Bollinger to continue. Certainly is a good bounce and carry in this pitch. That little bit of grass covering on top that we saw in the Test match has been, well, I think, been fantastic for cricket. This venue just does bring the cricket men back into play. Saw earlier today the spinners still doing well, and batsmen can play shots that we saw from Shane Watson right at the start of this match.
I think Peter Siddle got that last ball that hit Cameron Akmal and bounced surprisingly is the length that Shane Watson was glad they didn't bowl to him. That's another one. That's the length. So Australia has learnt early to control their length as well as lines, and it's very difficult to score from. Couldn't believe that last ball could bounce over. It was full, it was nipping in, and the LBW was a big chance, but going over the blue one. So the last one, the light blue one, was the last one. Well, plenty happening there. So the last one, 6.5 metres it pitched from the batsman's stumps. That's an ugly length for tonight. That's a little too comfortable. What did I say? 6.5 metres. That one was probably 8 metres, and that's why Salman Butt could be comfortable on the back foot in his crease.
It certainly shows you how full you have to get a ball for it to hit the stumps. Here is this last ball, 6.5 metres from the stumps, bounces, hits him well above the knee. Here it is, 6.5 metres from the stumps, and clearly going over the top of the stumps because of that bounce. So to get an LBW, you've got to pitch something up around about the 5 metre mark.
And hope it doesn't get driven. That's the thing. The batsman pounces onto the front foot and drives you through the covers. So that's what you're always flirting with, getting the length, getting the batsman playing a half front foot shot, but also the ball just hitting the pads so that will go on to hit the stumps. Four dots in the over so far. None for 3 after 2.4. Big gap in cover. Can they get him to edge something?
Oh, tries to pull that one. Slightly shorter from Bollinger. Good pace. He's bowling well over 140 Ks. Nearly every delivery this over. We talked about rhythm of the keeper. No, Bollinger's got good rhythm at the moment.
Well, it's produced a quick conference between the batsmen, and not too sure what they could be conferring about. It's not going to be try and hit a 4 off this ball, but might have been a reminder that no runs have come from the over so far.
Well, there's plenty of time. Don't panic. Hang in.
That's a very good over, Doug Bollinger. That's a maiden. Pakistan none for 3. There's the pace from the various bowlers. Oh, there's another beauty from Doug Bollinger. This is great stuff from the Australian opening bowlers. Good pace. It's a good night for bowling quick. It's cool. A little bit of balminess about it, I suppose. There's a little bit of swing there for them. It's not that hot, so they can steam in. All the bowlers so far, the quicker men, have certainly enjoyed it in this match.
Well, for years now, when we've been televising, we've been asking and pleading for some life in the pitch for the bowlers, because the good batsmen will still make runs and make them very well.
Good healthy edge, but that'll be safe. Fly down to third man.
This is a replica of Brisbane. How Pakistan bowled to Australia. Nothing seemed easy. No one could get the middle of the bat on anything, and shots were streaky. Footwork was nowhere, and now it's reversed.
Well, Pakistan will hope you're right, Heels. Australia still chased down 274 to win the game. Pakistan have got to do something similar here tonight. 269 or 268 the target. Good edge, straight to second slip. Cameron White's in the game again. And Dougie Bollinger, that was quick. A bit of extra bounce in this pitch brought about the edge.
It's a wonderful piece of bowling. Dougie Bollinger bowled a maiden last over. A lot of good deliveries in it, and that is a beauty. It's up just above waist height, and nice position in the hands from Cameron White.
Very deliberate plan. Dougie Bollinger walked back to his mark extremely slowly and deliberately. He's picked up the wicket. 1 for 7.
Australia on the attack here. Game 2 of the Commonwealth Bank Series. Posted 267. They've removed Salman Butt for 2. Bollinger bowling quick, as is Peter Siddle. Yunus Khan, the new man, made 46 in game 1. Only hit 1-4 in it. Struggled for timing early on. As I said, Australia on the attack. 3 slips now in place for Bollinger. Oh, he's absolutely hammered that. Straight to Michael Clark. No luck at all there for Yunus Khan. That was out of the middle.
Good heat. Good heat. Extra bounce onto the shoulder of Salman Butt's bat rather than probably around the stickers like he was expecting it. Just high on the blade, but not that high.
Very good seam position there too from Bollinger. That would have helped bring about that bounce. The fact that it hit the seam. Hard part of the ball. Oh, it's good short ball as well. Just seeing that ball come out of his hand, the one that got the wicket. The seam was bowled upright. And if it hits a bit of grass or a slightly uneven spot in the pitch, and it is a good pitch, don't get me wrong, just watch this seam here. Hits that nice and hard, brand new ball, flies away off the edge. Cameron White catches it throat height.
The way he played it, he was expecting that about 6 inches. What's that, 15 centimetres lower on his bat.
Another edge. Oh, White's got another one. That's a beauty. Cross in front of Shane Watson. Cameron White, you can't keep him out of the game.
Gosh, that was a good catch. Anticipation. And the ball went at terrific speed off the outside edge, and he was across there in front of Watson. That's beautiful cricket.
Watson can't believe it. He's thinking, you beauty. Yes. Oh, no. He still thinks he's got it. But White is horizontal going to his left. Australia hard to stop in this mood. Bollinger and Siddle heating it up. 5 overs gone, 2 for 7.
The Australians are on fire. Pakistan are 2 for 7, chasing 268 for victory. Doug Bollinger's got both wickets. That was Salman Butt. That was third ball of the over. He was replaced by Yunus Khan, who nicked one. Cameron White took a ripper, diving away to his left. That went quickly, and so did Cameron White. So Bollinger has the figures of 2 for 2. Peter Siddle is bowling from the southern end of the ground, also bowling quickly with very good rhythm. Good buzz in the crowd now after that catch from Cameron White. Peter Siddle doing a good job from the southern end, bowling at about 145 to 150 Ks. At the other end, Doug Bollinger, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 2.
The captain's in all that excitement. A new batsman had to come in, and there he is. Into the 6th over, and his team is wilting.
Just to bring you up to date with what happened earlier, Mohammad Yusuf won the toss and put the Australians into bat, and Watson got away to a blistering start, 69 from 71. Marsh played cleverly. He allowed Watson as much of the strike as he could. Ponting was a little bit out of touch, and then Cameron White came in and hit 55 from 58, and Hussey and Haddon got the score up to 267. And the bowling figures, Pakistan came back brilliantly around about mid-innings. Mohammad Amir finished with 3 for 53. Gul 1 for 70. Rana, I thought, bowled splendidly in his 7 overs for 47 and was unlucky. And Afridi had a terrific spell with the ball, 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 35. Ashmail none for 41, and Malik no wicket for 17. But it was a great recovery from the Australians. They were bogged down in the middle, didn't look as though they were going to escape, and then Cameron White pushed them into it.
And Peter Siddle bowling without luck at the moment. Probably a fraction short, that one. But he really has Cameron Akmal caught on the crease. Bit of movement there, I think in the air to start with, and it continues to go way off the seam. See there, Akmal's footwork is nowhere.
I don't think he's liking the heat. This is pacey stuff, and he's sort of stuck on the crease spectating it. He's got to get those feet going and play a little more convincingly, otherwise he'll go the same way as Yunus Khan.
Cameron White has made a great start to this one-day tournament, 100. Now he's got 50 in this game today. Now a couple of catches. The second one's a beauty. Let him go away to his left here. Shows you the confidence that he's got in his play at the moment. Saw it, went after it, went with 2 hands. Took a catch away from Shane Watson.
Watch him cushion the fall too. His left hand goes down, cushions it, rolls on his right arm.
Akmal can't find the gap. Mike Hussey backs up his bowlers. 2 for 7 from 6. Mohammad Yusuf's about to face his first delivery. Cameron Akmal, 4 runs from 18 deliveries. That gives you an idea of how good a bowling this has been from Bollinger and Siddle. He started the other night, Gabba, about a run a ball, hitting boundaries at will. At the moment, he's struggling to get bat on ball. It's a good shot. Can't beat mid off.
Now that's how Yunus Khan started, remember? He smashed one to cover, straight to Michael Clark, then he got a bouncer, then he got out. So Bollinger's on the same plan. But it's a teasing leg side field. They've got another great sign how confident they are of what's coming out of Bollinger's hand. Just two men on the right-hand side of the pitch there. The whole field is left unprotected. There's fine leg and mid-on. Bollinger is not going anywhere near there so far.
Here's the short one. Not called. In terms of a wide, that is. I thought that one might have been a bit leg side-ish. It's one for height. That's all you're allowed in one-day cricket. Just thought it might have been a little bit too far on the leg side. Interesting to note, he's happy to bowl short, though. That's how we picked him up the other night. A good short ball.
That's what I meant earlier when I was saying the umpires weren't calling the bouncy ones that looked as though they could be wide, and yet when the ball's up to the batsman, goes a little bit down the leg side, they give it a go straight away.
I think Doug Bollinger's enjoying this contest. I mentioned he got him out in the first one-day. Good short delivery. Mohammad Yusuf came in just when Pakistan needed to up the run rate. They got off to a reasonable start. As Bollinger came back into the attack and picked up 2 quick wickets. And the second one was that of Mohammad Yusuf. Bowled in extraordinary circumstances. Really good short ball. Played down off the gloves and the ball just bounced and looped onto the top of the leg bail. That should be a wide. And called by Rod Tucker there. That's too far down the leg side.
Very inquisitive, both batsmen. On the short balls, on the wide ones. No surety about their movements at all. Definite wide. Bollinger was a bit like that in Brisbane early. Couldn't quite control his length. Some was short and pullable or cuttable, and the full ones were drivable and some wide down the leg side. But tonight, no way. 2 for 3.
That's nicely worked. Should get at least 2 for that. As Ian Healy pointed out, there's only 2 men on the leg side. That man there is down at fine leg, Peter Siddle. And Mike Hussey's at mid-on. Anything worked into that gap on the leg side's at least 2.
Not that bad a ball either, Doug Bollinger's probably on middle stump, so Mohammad Yusuf able to work it in safely enough. Just a bit short if you're going to be that line, or maybe not short enough and get it up around head high. 40 balls have been bowled for that score.
Oh, it's another beauty from Bollinger. This is great stuff. If you like bowling, that is. I'm not so sure it's great stuff if you're a Pakistani batsman at the moment.
That's good. Good hustle. Good hustle. It's not wasted. It's short. Just like the one before that he was able to work to the right of screen, and no way with that one. Nipped away because it had a little bit extra heat in it.
Mohammad Yusuf, well, I reckon, would be thinking to himself, this is exactly why I bowled first. This is what I was hoping my bowlers would do. Not what Shane Watson hit 4s and 6s at will. There's a bit in this pitch. Oh, that's a great shot. It's a class shot from a class player. 2 for 14. There's a contrast for you. Got their worm there of Australia started on fire. Watson and Marsh. Pakistan in trouble. 2 early wickets. Oh, take that. That's into the crowd. Cameron Akmal's had enough of this short stuff.
Okay, well, let's see if that teaches Siddle a lesson. He's had them in tremendous trouble and he's kept the ball up to the bat. And that has just gone whack.
He's had him fishing outside off time and time again. Like that.
Well, Ponting, can he hit? Oh, it's a brilliant piece of fielding. Just behind point, great save. And then Akmal, just because of that great save, was, well, he's stalled in his running. The captain wanted to run. There's Ponting. Look at the captain there, right of screen. He's going. Can Ponting hit? Had he? I reckon he may well have been gone.
A wonderful piece of fielding, but he'll be cranky because he so often hits the stumps in situations like that.
Oh, and a flick and a miss. There's no doubt that Pakistan will be looking for anything that's short. Find the right length. It's just enough in this pitch to keep the bowlers interested. And the fieldsman behind the wicket for that matter. Still only 2 slips at the moment.
Ponting hovering at backward point again. We've already seen him just have a shy at Cameron Akmal's stumps. Cameron hit a 6, then a 1 and nearly got run out in the process. The other night was Mohammad Asif, I think. It was Dougie Bollinger. Got hit. Went to Ponting and he thought, oh, I've got him here. Way down the other end. Just controlled a throw beautifully. Shaped a throw, lined it up, bounced it smoothly. Threaded the gap around Dougie Bollinger. And double play, almost.
Just a little bit short to save a Peter Siddle.
Slightly inclement weather in Sydney yesterday. Fierce windstorms, rain, heavy at times, and round Randwick and Coogee it was very much so. Now today, showers early, and then the crowd started to come in. It took them a little while to get in, and there's a crowd, I reckon, of over 30,000 in here at the SCG at the moment. Very impressive sight. And it's 2 for 22.
The 2 for 22, 246 more runs needed, 252 balls remaining. 8 wickets in hand for Pakistan. Change of bowling. Clint Mackay into the attack. Is replacing Doug Bollinger. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 9. Bollinger's figures.
He's got to go for it tonight too, Clint Mackay.
It's a good single. Mohammad Yusuf. Just caught Nathan Horrocks just a little bit asleep at mid-on.
And I think Clint Mackay just floated that up there too. You know, both Siddle and Bollinger have been steaming in. He's got to follow suit. Get it up to 145, something like that. Then his slower balls can come in later on. Great judgment by Mohammad Yusuf.
Length. That's the key for me. Clint Mackay, he's not as quick as Bollinger, nor Peter Siddle. He's got to get that length right. If he does, he can move it just enough to trouble the batsman.
Struggling with that too, Cameron Akmal outside off it. Not as much as Umar Gull is struggling in the crowd down there. There's a million photographs being snapped. Adoring fans all over him. He's got a bucket there collecting for the Haiti earthquake appeal. Hopefully it's filling.
Good shot. Up over cover. It's Cameron Akmal at his best.
Well, I think he needed that. That's the type of shot he tried in Brisbane. and didn't come off. He was out for 34 off 34. So tonight he's got away with his first 15 off 24, and that's the type of stroke play he's known for. Extremely effective hitter in any position in the order. We talk about Brad Haddon being very smooth in his stroke play like that. Well, Cameron Akmal is as well. That front foot never really plants a long way down the pitch, but if you bowl into his areas, look out. Runs from 25 balls, Cameron Akmal. Now he's hit a 6 and a 4, so 10 of his 15 runs have come from 2 balls. So he's like 20 dots that he's allowed to happen. Lots of play and misses, 21 dots. Lots of plays and misses. If he can start to convert a couple of those zeros into ones and possibly twos because of the big gaps out there, he'll be in better shape.
Good finish, Mackay. 9 gone, 2 for 27.
Australia's unbelievable start shown clearly there. None for 65 from 10 as against Pakistan's 2 for 31. Unsurprisingly, Ricky Ponting has called for the bowling power play. 5 overs now, only 3 fielders allowed outside the inner ring. Though Ponting keeping that very strong offside field, saving the singles. He's bowling to a 6-3 field is Clint Mackay, with a slip in place, 4 men saving a single and a 3rd man down. Then on the leg side, a mid-on, a deep square leg, actually dead square, and then a long leg hiding in the crowd.
Yeah, Australia have definitely used this new ball a whole lot better, and Pakistan got it wrong at the start. And Shane Watson was talking about these sort of deliveries that allowed him to get off to a very prompt start. It was an aggressive mind that allowed him to play with freedom, but he kept getting fed in all the areas that he was looking to score. Some incredible stroke play, but the length was wrong, and at times the width was wrong.
Yeah, dead right, and he made the most of it, that's for sure. It's one thing getting them there, it's another thing hitting them, and he slaughtered them.
What about that perfectly okay length ball at off stump that he hit into the members stand? I mean, a pretty serious shot. So when they did get it in the right place, it was for only 45% of the time.
And there's no doubt that Pakistan have started, maybe with a mindset of keeping wickets in the bank towards the end, but the bowling has been pretty well on target, allowing the new ball to move and making it very difficult to lay bat and ball. And when they have, it's gone to the wrong areas.
Oh, that really went too. Good fielding to back it up. Probably a run in that. You need someone other than Mohammad Yusuf, who isn't looking for that sharp single. It's never been his way. He's not a... Yeah, he knows it too.
Yes, they're probably worried they'll have another run out. Nothing worse than run outs to create more problems in the running between the wickets. This is where there's a huge difference between Australia and so many sides.
Oh, go. Oh, dear, that's out. What a waste. You don't want to run out, said Tony Greig, and we get a run out. And it's Akmal. And Mackay's done the damage. Brilliant work from him.
Akmal got halfway there and then had to run all the way back. So had both of them gone straight away, as the Aussies would have done, it would have been an easy single.
Yeah, and a bit of pressure on Akmal after missing the one before that. Now he feels that he's got to help the skipper out, but the skipper does not want a bar of it. And Pakistan in all sorts. They've got some batting to come, though. It's 3 for 32.
High drama at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The second game of the Commonwealth Bank Series, and Australia are grabbing it and they're shaking it about a bit too. Umar Akmal has made his way to the middle, replacing his brother, who's just been run out by a direct hit from Clint Mackay. But disastrous running between the wickets in consecutive balls, really costing Pakistan. Just as Akmal looks as if he was getting to grips with the conditions, which are testing. There's some pace and movement out there. So he was run out by the indecision of his captain. Needs some magic from this guy. He has magic in him. Really talented young player, 19 years of age. And he's got something special. Has he got it tonight? Peter Siddle, 2 slips, 3 in the cover ring. That's what we mean about some bounce and movement out there.
Yes, it certainly tests visiting sides when you get a bit of this happening. So they look for the single here, and no was the call there. A very negative reaction from the non-striker's end. Then he said yes and no, and of course a very good bit of fielding. Bollinger hitting the stumps direct, but really Commandant Ashmal should have got in front of him. It was Mackay, in fact, at the stumps.
Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes!
The new ball is talking. And Peter Siddle gets one, hitting the top of off. Great sight for him. He's felt quite unlucky right through the summer. A lot of near misses, drop chances, plays and misses. If it's bang on target, though, it's going to rock and roll anyone. Australia will be hard to stop from here.
Whoa, I think the ball before caused a problem for Umar Akmal. The dreaded duck, 4 for 32 now. Doesn't look any better for Umar Akmal at any replay speed, but for Peter Siddle, it's the ultimate. It's not bad for Michael Hussey in the background there. Shoaib Malik with an awful lot to do. Mohammad Yusuf is unbeaten with 11 at the non-striker's end. He's watched the goings-on with some horror, doubtless. Boy, I reckon Akmal stayed leg side of that ball because of the one before that whistled past his nose. Three slips in place now. Only 2 fielders leg side, mid-on and sort of a squarish long leg. 3 slips and gully. No gully. 3 slips, 3 in the cover ring. Played.
Well, they got him nailed now. The Aussies have really turned it on here. 4 wickets down. Shoaib Malik is out there now. Mohammad Yusuf is with him on 11. They are going to have to do something pretty special.
That was the first ball that he had to face, Umar Akmal, and he was leg side of that one. He was backing away, and there's no doubt that affected his footwork the next time he got one. Isn't that a great example? Intimidation first up, and then bang on target straight away, still using the movement in this new ball, and a little bit of spice as the light dims.
And when that sort of thing happens to you, the word gets around very fast. Not just locally, it gets around the whole world. Every fast bowler knows that Umar Akmal, having got one at the throat, is not all that good when he gets the next one at the top of off stump. You could see that his backside was in the air a little bit, just backing away a bit. And believe me, the word gets around. Look at him, his outside leg stump there where the off stump goes down. And word travels fast.
It's a bit of a back pedal in that one too. Everything up around the mid 140s. It's terrific pace from Peter Siddle. Steaming in.
That's the other occasion that word travels fast, isn't it? When a new young fast bowler appears on the scene. All of you blokes slats it open the batting. The word travels on the wings of every batsman in the country, doesn't it?
And you think to yourself, oh, another great challenge. I can't wait to face this bloke. Not.
.234 more runs needed for Pakistan. Oh, it's going to take something special. Mohammad Yusuf will be on strike with eye-watering timing. With eye-watering timing, the boss of the Pakistan board has announced that Mohammad Yusuf will no longer be captain of Pakistan after this tour. He could make 100 here tonight, win the game and change a few opinions. But it can't help in the middle of a one-day series to be unsettling the team like that. Yusuf himself said to me at the toss that he had no notification of that. Pakistan cricket was Pakistan cricket, he said in a wry sort of fashion. He said, I wasn't asking to do the job, they asked me to do it. They don't want me to do it anymore, well, so be it. I'll go back into the ranks and attempt to get as many runs as possible.
Isn't there a few former Pakistan captains came out and criticised Ijaz Butt as well? Amir Sahel and Inzamam al-Haq said it was totally inappropriate to go down this path in the middle of a tour, and I think they've got a fairly good point. Javed Miandad has also come out quite strongly. He's not entirely happy with the way things are happening in Pakistan at the moment. Mind you, we shouldn't be too surprised, because when the Pakistan team have a bit of a bad run, then there tends to be plenty emanating from former captains in Pakistan. Everyone has a bit of a go at them. Truth of the matter is that they're playing against a better team out here. Also feel a bit sorry for them, actually. All of their players left out of the IPL, which is where some of the cricketers these days are making a lot of money, and that's causing all sorts of problems as well.
Big plus point was the win by the Pakistan under-19 team over the India under-19 to reach the semi-finals of that tournament in New Zealand. Encouraging to see that at a time when Pakistan aren't able to host international cricket at home for political reasons, that the youngsters are still very good at the game and still very enthusiastic about the game, and maybe they'll carry the Pakistan banner into the final of that World Under-19 tournament in New Zealand, just as this team did to the World 2020 tournament in England last English summer, Northern Hemisphere summer, which they won, of course, under the leadership of Yunus Khan. Yunus Khan got something pretty good going, and it seems a shame that he's still not involved in leading that side. Here's Bollinger. He came in with real fire with the new ball.
Some of the greatest series are the Pakistan-Indian Test match series, so it's a real shame that Pakistan hasn't been welcomed, the players that is, into the IPL. Let's hope it all gets back on track, but at the moment it's a battle for Pakistan at the Sydney Cricket Ground. 4 for 36, it's rebuild, but at the same time there is a pursuit for runs. It's a hefty target. All of a sudden it looks like 400 they're chasing.
Played 2 or 3 particularly good strokes for no runs, yet to really find the gaps. He's had a desperate time of it on this tour. Mohammad Yusuf is a batsman, well, he's as accomplished technically and temperamentally as any going around. He's got a remarkable record of Test match average of mid-50s and great consistency to go with it, but this tour it's almost as if that captaincy has weighed so heavily that he's been unable to find his best form with the bat. What a night this would be to do it. Terrific record.
It's one of the interesting aspects of this Australian summer, apart from the tests and the one-day internationals, and this certainly wouldn't have gone unnoticed in Asia, is the incredible success of the 2020 domestic tournament here. I've got to say that all the 2020 cricket I've seen, I think the standard in Australia is probably better than anywhere else in the world. And that'll get everyone's attention, that's for sure.
It's 4 for 37. A 14 overs gone, 4 for 37, a rate of 2.64 tells its own story, as does that graph. Run rate now of 6.4. It's not yet desperate, but it isn't good. Somehow this rebuild has got to set up Afridi, and Afridi's got to play one of those golden innings. Yusuf's got to be the anchor. He's got to make 100 and bat through. Malik's got to play sensibly. But Australia hold all the aces that really have got their tails up, and all due credit, they've played some darn good cricket tonight in all forms.
Yes, and they shouldn't forget that it's only 6.4, 6.5 runs and over, just over a run a ball. So if they keep going at a run a ball without losing a wicket, they've got a chance of staying in it. Mind you, they've got to do that for a while. We've only had 14 overs bowled here, so they've got to score at a run a ball without losing a wicket for quite a long time and give themselves a bit of a chance at the end.
Well, they can achieve that by a Michael Clarke and Hussey style innings from the Gabba. Really looking for the ones, a runner ball, push hard, you'll get your twos. Get a bit of a flow that way, and you'll pick up your boundaries when the time's right. But unless you're rotating the strike, the pressure just continues to mount.
Yeah, never say never. Just show a bit of guts, believe in yourself, hang on in there. Just don't get bowled out. Don't give it away now because it looks more desperate than it actually is. Things are never necessarily as bad as you think they are, in the way that they're never necessarily as good as you think they are. So just hang on in there for a bit. Half an hour since the last boundary. Australia look very sharp. They look very organised too. It's worth recording that Ponting kept the same team, the one that won up at the Gabba. There had been a lot of talk prior to the series about Hopes and Voges and the parts that they would play. Instead, Ponting very happy to keep the same group together.
Just quite interesting there watching Ponting have a chat to Hussey. Almost as if he was saying, it's moving around a bit, perhaps you should have a bowl. Oh, there was that first, and then
Ponting was saying, no, I'm having a bowl. I'm going to bowl a few short ones.
I think he's also reminding Clint Mackay to keep it back of a length. There's enough bounce out there to get it past the chest and shoulders.
that's the bit I was looking for. Let's see. Us, little bit of nip. Want to have a go? As he starts to loosen up.
Great view across the Sydney landscape, and the city is covered in clouds. The lights taking full effect here for the players now. It can be an interesting phase when you're batting, and it's that twilight when the lights haven't really taken over. But I don't think that's the reason Pakistan are 4 down. Australia have bowled particularly well. Bollinger ripping it open, 2 for 12. Siddle getting some reward, 1 for 17, and good pace there. And Mackay, no wicket for 8, has bowled quite well also. Australia 267. It's a big ask for Pakistan now, mainly because of the wickets that aren't there. Here's Dougie.
Well, it was Australia who were asked to bat first in this game. I thought that was a little bit strange. They played beautifully early on, particularly Shane Watson. Made 69 of 71 balls. At one stage he was ahead of balls faced in terms of runs scored. All around the wicket. Anything short, he cut and pulled. And when the bowlers overpitched, he drove really well. Terrific innings. That was a massive 6 into the members.
And back live now. There's a pull shot from Mohammad Yusuf straight to the man in the deep. There are 2 deep at the moment on that onside, one just behind square and a squarish fine leg.
That's what he did earlier on today. Shane Watson, that is. 9 fours and a 6. Runs square of the wicket both sides, but also some lovely drives to the offside as well. Seeing the ball like a watermelon at the moment. Anything over pitched, he's driving. Anything short of a length, he's cutting and pulling. Enjoying his cricket, as you can see from that shot.
Yeah, very relaxed. Runs and wickets will do that.
I'd love to compare that to his shot walking off the ground after leaving about the second ball of the season, LBW for North.
With everyone saying, should he be opening for Australia? The Cameron White, he's been another gent in this Aussie lineup to take some form from the Gabba down to the SCG, and he would have been feeling the pinch today. Took a hell of a lot out of him, that 100 in the run chase, but once he got going, he's an absolute brute. He's got the big swing and he times and muscles it. He's got it all. And what you like to see is a player in form that can keep carrying it on.
I was saying earlier that the nickname Bear, I could never work out why they call him Bear, but after watching him bat over the last 2 nights, or 2 of the last 3 nights, I can see why. He's strong, hits the ball extremely hard, he does muscle the ball at times, and then today he took that catch. It was like grabbing one of those salmon out of the, as they're trying to push up against the current, you know, he jumped across and grabbed the big salmon.
I had a feeling there was a fishing connotation coming up. You and your fishing. I feel sorry for fish with you around.
Oh, Matthew Hayden did do that a couple of years ago. He went to where they shoot those ads, you know, where the bears do the jumping for the salmon. Just like that. Up it comes, up against the rapids. Oof, there's the bear. Got him.
And they have actually replaced the ball because he ate the first one. He did think it was a fish.
It wasn't those one they reject, eh? It was one of the good ones.
Yeah, one from it. Another tidy over. Ball for 39. Sweet Caroline is blaring at the SCG. The crowd are singing. But the Pakistan supporters, and we've got quite a few in tonight, not so happy with proceedings. They'll be pushing for the Pakistan skipper to keep going because he's a class act. There's no doubt that the captaincy hasn't been kind to him so far. His personal performance has slipped, as well as the team have undergone another whitewash in the Test match series, that is. But there's time in this 5 one-day international series to get back into it.
A little bit of warming up there to get him right. I think Ponting's given him the nod just to get himself stretched. We were looking at Cameron White a little earlier, and that catch he took is quite remarkable because he gets across in front of Watson, as Mark Taylor pointed out. But then look what he does with his left hand. He breaks his fall and keeps the ball in the right hand. That's a wonderful piece of fielding.
He knew it was a belter. Strong celebration from a man who is playing terrific cricket at the moment. Here's Mackay again. That one angling back into Mohammed Yusuf. Times you feel he's getting a little bit too short, a little bit like Umar Gul at times and the way Pakistan went about the bowling, but something he doesn't give is width. He's got a very good straight line. If he gets it wrong lengthwise, you've got to be in a pretty positive mode as a batsman to try and get rid of it.
Yeah, it's interesting that one of the fuller balls there, the yellow one, is the one that went for 4. May have just scared him off a little bit from bowling too full, but it's probably more that width you talk about. When he does get a bit wider, the Pakistan batsmen have a chance to free the arms and play the big drive. He has got a lovely simple action. It's a nice relaxed action, run in. As you say, everything's in a nice straight line. There's no jumping in at the stumps or jumping away. It is nice and simple. He should be able to, as he does, bowls a good tidy line length, but I just feel at times, particularly in the test matches, he was that fraction short.
Yes, there are times when it seems that he doesn't really give the ball the chance to swing, but ploughing it into the pitch.
Might have had a interesting sleep last night. I'm sure a few of his Victorian teammates might have called him and Cameron White in their celebration, winning the 2020 Big Bash. Would have been phones off last night for those two, I'd say.
That was a great match. I know it finished up a bit one-sided in the end, but gee, there were some good things that happened in it. Notably David Hussey's catch out on the boundary where he almost stepped over the line.
That one has been taken. What a screamer! My goodness! Ricky Ponting, that is superb. And everyone here on their feet, they can't believe what a stunning catch they've just witnessed.
Well, just discussing a great catch on the boundary. None better than this. Ponting to his left. Oh, it's a beauty. Inches off the deck. Calm, relaxed. Nice soft hand that just went straight in. It's all going well for the Aussies. Pakistan 5 for 42.
Well, the next round of KFC Classic catches is going to be a ripper. Cameron White has got himself slotted in. He can be catch A. Catch B, without a doubt, and probably the winner, Ricky Ponting. He has pulled off one of the best catches you'll ever see. And you know what? He was never going to miss that tub. He sized it up. Weight was moving in the right direction. And he just softened that elbow so it didn't bounce out. Afridi now. Can he be a genius? Mohammed Yusuf on strike.
Yeah, you did right, Michael Slater. He sized it up nicely, Ricky Ponting, that catch. And you don't catch that unless you're a natural athlete, I reckon. He was well balanced. He's hustling in to save one to start with. Then he sized it up. He knows he has to go to his left, but he doesn't go hard at the ball. He has to dive to his left, but he keeps that left arm and the left hand nice and soft and relaxed. So the ball just sits in the hand. Then lifts the hand up so the elbow doesn't jar on the ground. Cups it. Brilliant catch.
That one has been spooned in the air, no fielder. Just the one. Well, Ricky's got this habit of keeping moisture on his hands. He does it in between most balls. It's the nicer way of putting it. I think there might be a sticky element to it. Maybe that's why he does it. So it helps in those claw catches.
Yes, I'm salivating watching this catch. Look at that. Look how soft that hand is. It's not going hard at the ball. It's cupping the ball. Brilliant technique. That's what made the catch. As I said, only a few people in world cricket can hang on to that, and one of them's Ricky Ponting.
Great camera work. Capturing a great catch. Afridi.
Look at that show of Malik's reaction there as he's walking off. As if to say, well, I didn't do a lot wrong. It bounced a bit more. I tried to keep it down. I was looking for a 1 or a 4. Fancy hitting it to him. Look at Malik here. A little shake of the head. Sometimes you just got to go.
remember a night here, a day nighter, and I smashed a cut shot, and Phil Simmons caught something similar. And you walk off feeling like you're the most unlucky batsman in the history of the world, but then when you've calmed down, you think, well, you know what, I did hit the thing in the air. Don Bradman was right when he said you can't get out if you hit the ball on the ground.
Well, we were saying a little earlier that it'd be difficult to find anything better than that catch Cameron White took. We just did.
Yeah, and there's a sorry sight for Pakistan. 2-16, Gaza, 19 not out. Gaza, 2 and 1 not out of Freedy. And all down to some outstanding bowling. For our viewers at home, pick which one out of these two you think's the best.
Yeah, it's a mini KFC, isn't it? Kentucky Fried Chicken classic catches. Firstly, Cameron White. And that removed Yunus Khan for a duck. Then Shoaib Malik removed by a great catch from Ricky Ponting. Both to their left. Both excellent catches.
Oh, you've got to go with the one hand, don't you? Bit more of a show-off sort of style with the one hand. I give that 9.5 out of 10. 9.25 to Cameron White. There's a Freedy. Look out. Anything could happen. 5 for 45. Well, the run rate required from this moment, 7.12 runs per over in 31 overs. Dougie Bollinger has just run off the paddock for something. James Hopes will be out there fielding. And he'll enjoy a bit of time in the middle, soaking up this Sydney atmosphere. Shane Watson into the attack now. That 4 for 36, his best was in the last game. So must be a great feeling being an all-rounder. If you miss out with the bat, then you've got your opportunity with the ball. And he missed out with the bat and he got a 4 for. Great contribution.
You know, I think it's also good if you are an all-rounder to really specialise in one or the other. And I think that's what he's done this year. He's really concentrated, from what I can see, a lot more on his batting. He said, I want to be an opening batsman. And he's played accordingly and played very well. He hasn't given his bowling away by any means, but he's dropped back a yard of pace, around the 130s to 135s, occasional quicker one. But he's just bowled a bit more line and length. But he's batted really well, and that takes your pressure off. I think occasionally all-rounders tend to be jack of all trades and masters of none, and that's when you're under trouble, when you don't really specialise in one or the other.
Just the one. You know, I think that's been the shift. You identify that this year, Tubb, that he's gone more into the focus on his batting. It's been building for a couple of seasons. With every injury he got, his bowling became more and more on the back burners, I think, and there was no doubt of time that maybe the Aussie selectors saw him as a bowling all-rounder, and that was his going to be his main discipline, and he'd chip in the middle order with the bat, but he's been able to swing that around, and that takes some talent, that takes a lot of hours in the nets, and a lot of strong belief as well. And I think he's changed his body shape. He seems to have chunked up a little bit. I don't know that he's pounding the weights like he was a few years ago, and he's a better shape for bowling and staying fit. And if Afridi keeps swinging like that, he's going to swing something out.
Yeah, it's just on Watson. I remember talking to Ricky Ponting a couple of years ago, and he said he's a top 4 batsman. And I don't think any of us up here in the commentary box has seen that from him. Now we have this year. And I think he's much more comfortable as a batting all-rounder, more so than a bowling all-rounder. When he was originally picked for Australia, he batted about 7 or 8 and had to bowl more and was considered less as a batsman. And subsequently, I don't think he was comfortable. Now he is.
Well, just on that particular aspect that Mark Taylor was talking about, he's done a terrific job, Shane Watson, because he's changed his entire bowling style and he's done it successfully. It's not easy, first of all, to be one type of bowler, then to change and be able to do it successfully and get it technically correct. It's been a double whammy for him.
Oh, that's a good delivery. So it's Watson who, not the quickest, but still 136 k an hour is up there. It's making you to react fairly quickly as a batsman, and when it's moving around, very difficult. And it's almost spiced up a little bit as the night's wearing on here.
Well, it was interesting in an interview that you did with Shane Watson before we went off air at 6 o'clock. And he talked about if you get the ball up there, there's a little bit of movement off the seam. And he's been proven correct. Even that last ball there, hit the seam, moved away. And the ball's now 22 overs old. So it suggests to me that, see, Watson and Marsh did well at the top of the order for Australia. But I think also the Australian bowlers have bowled much better than the Pakistan bowlers on this pitch. There has been a little bit there and they've used it much better.
It's a lovely sight, Sydney in the background, old member stand, lady stand, and a big crowd here, good crowd, after some really inclement weather in the area over the last 36 hours.
This has gone straight in the air, and Shane Watson wants it caught and bowled. He takes it comfortably. Well, that's an anticlimax. Jade Afridi, the man who can hit the ball to all parts, occasionally gets it wrong and tries to hit the wrong ball out of the park. Brad Haddon, it was up there long enough for the keeper to actually get there and take it, but Shane Watson was not going to miss this opportunity.
Yeah, it's a shame for the crowd, really. Been a pretty good touch, Jade Afridi, and a pretty useful contribution with the bat at the Gabba a couple of nights ago. Quick fire 48, not tonight though. One big six in his 9. Pakistan slump, the 6 for 58.
Centre point tower, it's standing out proud. Game 2 is starting to get away from Pakistan. It may even be gone. You always want to give the opposition a chance, but at 6 for 58 with Muhammad Amir in there, Umar Gul to come, Rana Naved, Saeed Ajmal. It might have just slipped away. Amir on strike, 2 slips in place. And that should be out too. It just falls short. Just falls short.
Boy, the Aussies are going for the jugular tonight. They are on fire out there. Shane Watson giving absolutely nothing away. First ball to the young quick man, right on the money. Short and at him. Glove, probably chest, just short of Cameron White. Not an inch given by the Aussies at the moment. They are bowling superbly.
One from the over and a wicket also, 6 for 58.
Nathan Horrocks to continue.
Go, Hunter, go!
22 overs bowled now, 6 for 58 Pakistan. Ricky Ponty, well, he was delighted with this performance from his bowlers. I thought at the Gabba they certainly weren't at their best, but here, Tony Gregg, they've been superb tonight.
They certainly have. The quick men have utilised these conditions superbly. Ponting made no bones about the fact that he would have liked to have batted first. He wanted to bowl second, as most sides have done over the years here. Things juice up just a little bit. Bit of grass on the surface these days. But they went for the throat of the Pakistanis, didn't they? And they did it very well, right from the word go. They got behind the 8 ball, and then wickets started to fall. And while they only, for a long time, needed a run a ball, they never looked like staying there. They looked as if they were going to get out. I just wonder what they do from here, Pakistan. They're getting criticised heavily back home. Things never get better back home when they keep losing, that's for sure. So if you were the man in the picture there now, the captain of Pakistan, you definitely wouldn't be reading any newspapers or taking any notice. You wouldn't take any notice of anything that came back there. Get your head down and just get on with the tour.
It's probably a pretty good philosophy no matter how you're going, I reckon, Tony, whether you're going well or you're going badly. Just keep worrying about what you're doing, and a bit of good, honest self-appraisal is about all you need.
Oh no, I read those papers big time, and you've made 100. Oh. Get all the papers in, pile them up at the door, take them one at a time.
Where did that pile of newspapers get found when you'd made a couple of noughts on the trot?
Oh no, cancelled them. Cancelled them.
How about this field? Ricky Ponting, as I said, is going for the jugular. 2 slips, bat pad on the offside. Oh!
And some turn now as well. There's been bounce, there's been seam, and now there's turn. Pakistan in trouble, 6 for 59. Oh, what a good shot. Very good shot. That's more like it. Nice and straight down the ground. Well, there we are. All this business of reverse sweeps and little nudges. Get down the wicket and smash him over his head.
And as was mentioned last over, just get your job right. You can see the class of the man when he plays on the front foot and when he plays all around the wicket, actually. Now he's got to get himself right for the next 3 matches as well as his team.
Oh, that was a superb shot. As we all know, this guy can play. What you've got to get is 2 or 3 of them making serious contributions, don't you? That's what they need, and they need a good start.
Yeah, there's been some speculation about whether he'll be captain in the future, and it may not be the worst thing for Pakistan if he's not, because we haven't seen enough of this from him. He is a class player. 1,788 runs, I think, in a calendar year. 2006, averaged 100 that year with the bat. Made 900s in a calendar year, and we haven't seen that from him in this series, so maybe the captaincy does weigh him down too much. I think the best I can think of was a 50, I think, 150 for the tour. So far, he's a much better player than that.
Yes, first arrived on the scene as Yusuf Yohana, and then changed his name to Muhammad Yusuf when he converted from Christianity to Islam. But boy, it's a tough job. Captaining Pakistan is a pretty tough number.
Well, coaching must be as well, because Intikab Alam hasn't had any influence or any impact in this series as well. He's largely responsible for the tactics that and monitoring of the tactics that are shown out on any given session, and that's been a bit of a letdown as well.
Yes, that's not a job you'd go after in too much of a hurry when you think back to the tragedy that was Bob Woolmer. Jeff Lawson, the Australian, went over there and they got rid of him as well. Seems to me that all you need is a bit of a bad run, and they look to get rid of the leadership.
Yeah, they have little tolerance for outsiders, and yet they've turned over all their legends at times too. This is about Inti's third time in. Jarvid's been in and out. Lots of their legends have tried and failed too.
It's well fielded. 6 for 66. So they need another 202 of 26 overs. That equates to 7.76 and over. Righto, well, let's see what Horrocks can do this over. He certainly turned one a long way last over. Oh, and a little inside edge there. Some more turn for him.
I think we saw enough turn this afternoon, even right from the word go. The same thing for the Pakistani bowlers. There was seam and bounce and turn. That's why Afridi and Ajmal did so well. This is very traditional looking spin at the SCG second session.
I also like the angle that Horrocks has got that ball. He's got a bit of overspin into his off spin. In other words, the seam is pointing down to fine leg when the right hander's on strike. Down to third man now that the left hander's on strike. That's well played. Just a little bit short that time. And Mohammad Amir is off the mark.
Very casual running. And he got the 2 there. Peter Siddle chased that to within about, 5 metres of the boundary down there. Just the 2.
They've got a slip and a silly point, putting a bit of pressure on him. Oh, that's gone up in the air, over the top. A little lucky. Trying to mow that one away to mid-wicket. That's his favourite area. I saw him batting in Dubai, and he peppered the mid-wicket boundary. Had a really good run.
And that's very much like Wasim Akram's batting as well. He loves getting down the pitch and cracking it to mid-wicket, but Nathan Horrocks will know that he can tease him into that shot. Nice and high, slow deliveries around about the 80k mark, and he can't wait long enough.
Oh, he's caught it. It's a magnificent catch. Well, everyone's surprised. Horrocks hardly reacted. No one moved in the outfield. And Horrocks has picked up yet another fantastic caught and bowled.
It's a bit deflating for the batsman, isn't it? You're out and everyone goes, oh, OK, we got another one. He smashes it back, and this is the same venue as he broke the nail and the thumb hand in the Sydney Test. A magnificent return catch. That's easy compared to the one he had in the Test match. Like picking cherries. Mohammad Amir disappears halfway through the innings. Pakistan 7 for 71.
Right, well, Pakistan in all sorts of trouble now. 7 down for 71. Rana Naved, who can smash it on his day, has arrived at the centre. And, of course, he's batting with Mohammad Yusuf, who's on 33. But they've got a mountain to climb here. 7.88 runs and over with only 3 wickets in hand. Siddle, who's completed 6 overs, 6.1 now, 1 for 17, so he's been very economical.
Well, Nathan Horrocks is having an excellent summer. 18 wickets in the Test series against Pakistan. One here tonight. A bit of tap in the first game at the Gabba. 9 overs for 68, but he'll enjoy bowling on this sort of pitch. There's just a little bit of turn there for him. Nice bit of flight again. Good catch, good sharp low catch.
He gets a few hit back at him pretty hard, doesn't he? However, he's latched onto that one, and of course one from Mohammad Yusuf in the Test. There, he's still got a bit of tape on that thumb of his, which was opened up when he caught Mohammad Yusuf.
I think that's his new nickname now, Nails. Like collapsed as if he broke his elbow, the boys reckons. It was a thumbnail.
That might have been freshly manicured, Ian.
Rather than tough as.
Oh, please tell me that's not true. They don't manicure their nails, do they?
Oh, once a year? No.
Well, we'll just leave that one hanging, eh? We'll have to do a bit more research, Tony, I think.
Well, we might see some support for Mohammed Yusuf here, 33 from 62. Rana Naveda has had a pretty good summer in the 2020 game, so he might produce some fireworks. Playing for Tasmania down there, and Nathan Horrocks will have a look at just how much time he did have to not only see this catch off the bat, to capture it, to get it. It's dropping. He readjusts well and shows enough relief to be happy with the catch. What do you reckon? How much time?
Oh, I suppose you've got, what, half a second? About the same as a batsman, I'd say.
Yeah, 0.55 my guess. And I reckon fast bowlers take about 0.4 of a second from the time it leaves the hand till it gets down. Oh, thanks a lot.
We're getting an idea of Ricky Ponting here. He really wants to go for the jugular here. Straight back with Peter Siddle. Shane Watson bowled 3 overs from that southern end. And then rather than maybe bowl a part-time Michael Clark and bowl a medium pacer, he's gone straight back to Peter Siddle. He wants to try and end this as quick as he possibly can.
Beauty, absolute beauty. Seaming away towards the slip cordon. What a delivery to finish the over with. 7 for 72. So there we are, the numbers for the last 10 overs. Nothing much to write home about there, just 3.3 runs and over. And Watson took a pretty good catch, caught and bowled. Boy, didn't he call for this? There was no question of anyone else catching that one, and he caught it as clean as a whistle. Always good to see that sort of confidence. Immediate reaction, it's mine.
I'm liking his reactions now too when he gets wickets. He's much more calm as well. Early in this summer when he got a wicket, I think it was Chris Gale in Perth, it was like a miracle. It was like, wow, I've got a wicket, and he was mouthing off and all that sort of stuff. He's much more used to getting wickets now and doing his job. That's his job, to get wickets for Australia. And he's showing the right level of enthusiasm now.
Yeah, I think he might have learnt a little bit from that one. Boy, did he get some stick. Right, so Nathan Horrocks around the wicket to the right-hander.
Indication he's getting the ball to turn. Normally see that in a one-day game where the off-spin bowler goes around the wicket, particularly to a top-order player. But once again, indication to me that he's confident, Nathan Horrocks, that he believes that he's now a wicket-taking bowler and not just one who keeps things quiet. Not resting on the fact that he got a wicket last over, but trying to get the captain out. I'd like to see that with a spin bowler.
Yeah, you've got to have the confidence to go around. In fact, if it's turning a long way, it's the sensible thing to do, because it brings LBW right into play. Batsmen have got to be very careful with the sweep. But just back over the wicket now, because Rana Naved, who hasn't scored a run yet, is on strike, and so they've got a slip and a forward short leg in position, tempting him to go down the ground. They've got a long on, mind you. Oh, well bowled, well bowled.
That was the quicker one, and it did spin. It's fired in there at about 93 k's. Still was able to grip though and turn.
Down the wicket he goes. That's a lovely clean hit, and all the way as well. Oh boy, taken, brilliantly taken as well by a member of, well, it looks like the ground staff, is it? And I tell you what, he had a few hurdles. He had to be very careful there. That one could quite easily have hit the top of the rail and smacked him in the mouth.
That's right. He refused to get distracted, didn't he? He's the man from Timex.
Oh!
Oh boy, I hope we got that, because this could have been nasty. There are all sorts of things down there. There's the rail at the alongside the screen. There's a bit of tape around there. Let's have a look. Just watch this. Over it goes. Oh, well taken. He's got it all right.
He picked it up very early, didn't he? He moved well. Saw it early, went after it. Good grab. 7 for 82.
"27 overs have been bowled." Oh yes, well, he's taken the catch and all his mates are phoning him. Was that really you? Yes, it was. This is the catch again. Just watch this. He tossed it up a bit of overspin, didn't get there. Down it goes, way over the just by the side screen for 6. Nicely taken. And straight after that, the phone starts ringing.
Wasn't all hand, I'm sure. I think the thighs came into play there. Straight through the hands, wedged between the thighs, and it was blocked out by the fence, and he's playing very confidently.
I'll tell you, there was a lot to like about it, though. He went after it. It was just watching one of the replays that we showed it. He moved to it straight away. There's the shot. It was beautifully hit. Judged it well. What was it about backward point or something? This one here, I think it was. Watch the right of screen here. You'll see him. There he is. He moves. He's waiting for it. Gotcha.
Nothing wrong with catching it in the thighs either. Ian Healy, I'm sure you've done that a few times.
That was a tough catch. I've probably done it with an easier catch than that too. I think I got caught. Alex Stewart caught me, I think, once, just straight between his pads. I nicked it to the spinners and I looked around. There it was in his pads. He said, "Sorry, but you're out."
What do they say? You don't have to draw pictures, do you? Just what it says in the scorebook.
I was mumbling, "Any chance of using your gloves?" on the way off. Well, great shot. That's what we said. Running event has showed that he can do that sort of stuff. So he can provide plenty of support, but he just needs that top order to put him in a better position than this.
Attempted a Yorker, well played and well run. Amazing what you can do when you both set off together and go flat out. Problems here for Pakistan. 8.28 runs and over required. Down to number 9. Number 9 batting with the captain. Oh, they're creeping up, but boy, they're going to have to play well to get home here.
The scary thing about Brisbane in game 1 was that Australia chased an historic total at the Gabba to win and had so much more improvement to come. Like Marsh, Watson, Ponting did very little at the top of the order. The bowlers were a bit erratic and that didn't have much impact, and yet Australia still won. Well, tonight it's a flawless performance. The opening batting got them the platform they needed. They got their way to 267, which is proving to be way too much. So Australia enjoying this momentum that they've started.
Listen, got a lot of fieldsmen up too, stopping the singles. Just 2 on the boundary. In the air, over the top, and that'll go down to the boundary for 4. That was well timed, actually. Mohammed Yusuf getting that away nicely. 7 for 87. Well, it's turned out to be a lovely day. Wasn't that good early this morning. A fair bit of rain around, but turned out to be a nice, pleasant evening. Isn't that fantastic? The old members and ladies stands under lights. Superb.
Well, how good's Wikipedia? We've quickly dialed in the image of the man who caught the catch down in the... That's him. It's Zane Campbell. He's an Australian champion beach sprinter. and on Wikipedia it says he's a very ordinary park cricketer.
Just a little bit short that time. That is also nicely struck. Watson down there getting to do the throwing. 3 of them on the boundary now on the leg side. I think Siddle's got a bit of a problem with his shoulder. He's had a couple of operations. Oh, I tell you what, straightened down the line.
That's why we were talking last over about the beauty of Nathan Horrocks going around the wicket. Watch this. Ball angled across, spins back down the line. Just a bit high, really. The line's good. It's exactly what you're looking for when you go around the wicket and the ball is turning. It does, as Tony Greig says, brings LB into play.
It gets batsmen doing things like that. He took that from outside off stump.
Looked like he was trying to hit it to the man that was there. He made a huge effort to get it straight to him. Whereas there's a vacant spot on the left of screen down to third man.
Oh, a little bit of bat and then Tad there, but going behind square. Bowling well, isn't he, Horrocks?
And that's happened a lot, that type of shot. So even for Mohammad Yusuf, a bat Tad might be handy. They get one in for Rana, but not so for Mohammad Yusuf. Michael Clarke did mention in Hobart that he was to bowl in this one-day series.
Not a bad time to bowl now if you're a spinner. 7 for 90.
Bit short that time, although that area is pretty well covered. 82 kilometres an hour, that one. Just trying to toss it up there, get it to bite. Oh, down the wicket he comes. He likes coming down the wicket. Certainly Rana Naved is going to give Horrocks an opportunity because he's decided that when possible he's going to advance. There's no mug with a bat. 13 off 13, a run a ball at the moment. He can hit them all right.
He's had a big day. That's Mohammad Yusuf. Look at the skin off the elbows there. He was diving everywhere in the field. He put the body on the line again today.
Well, made sure that he didn't try and hit that one for 6 because that's a long boundary down there. And there are 2 men in that area as well.
He's had a very active series, hasn't he, Rana Naved, straight away. It was here at the Gabba who took out the stumps in an attempted run out. So I'm pretty sure there's some skin gone off knees and hips from that. Elbows today.
2-2 is the call. I'll get them easily. So Mohammad Yusuf 4 short of a half century now. Catch it, the call, but that's where it ends. 7 for 99. So 7 for 99. Well, interesting that last ball. It was a half-hearted appeal. Looked to me as if it came from behind. Let's see. Does he play it onto his foot? No, it's pad, and then is it glove? And then it goes straight up in the air. And then it's caught. So, interesting.
Well, there certainly was a cry of catch it as the ball went back towards Nathan Horrocks, but when he caught it, no one appealed. See a glove there on the way out? Nothing from Horrocks.
Yeah, the ball was going up, wasn't it? Up off the pad. So to get to Horrocks, it had to hit something that would propel it forwards.
He adjusted nicely there. Yeah, no doubt that hit the gloves, one of the gloves, to get down back to Horrocks. So that was a missed opportunity. That's not to say, though, that the umpire would have given it out. He might have had some doubt about it. So Pakistan here just going through the motions now. They need 9 runs and over to win this match. At some stage they're going to have to check that run rate. It's just blowing out too fast. The clock seems to be having a bit of fun. It's 7 for 104, and it looks as if the Gatorade's drinks card is on its way out onto the ground.
Nathan Horrocks continuing, and Mohammed Yusuf just working that for his 50. And there's a security guard down there who thought about fielding it and then left it to Dougie.
Well, it proves he was doing his job, because he wasn't interested in the cricket. He was looking at the behaviour of the crowd and keeping an eye on any dubious behaviour as Mohammed Yusuf raises his bat. It's a bittersweet taste for him. Whether it's sweet at all is another matter, but here's our security guard. Whoops.
He was sizing it up for a second there, wasn't he? He could have got into play, that's for sure. Goes long. Is it long enough? Just. Good strike from Mohammed Yusuf. It was powerfully hit. He used his feet again and lofted it to the long side of the SCG.
It's actually Rana Navid. It's easy to get confused from this distance. We're miles away, but Rana Navid got plenty of it.
We had them round the wrong way there, or I did anyway. That one through the offside now. That'll be 4. So Rana Navid is enjoying a little bit of scoring after the drinks break. He's going to put pedal to the metal. This is a good thing for the Australians too. I think they're closer to getting the 8th wicket if Rana is playing his shots freely. And all Horrocks has to try and do here, he's got 2 balls remaining. Keep tossing them up. Keep encouraging the attempt for the 6. There's 3 men deep on the onside. Pakistan have hit 5 sixes in their low total of 117. So there's been a couple of big shots. There's a big shot, and there's a big stumping. And there's Nathan Horrocks. Good on him. He kept tossing it up.
Gee, that was a good piece of stumping. It ball spun, came sort of between bat and pad, and Haddon was brilliant. Going away to his left there, that's a lovely take and a good piece of work. And it leaves Pakistan 8 for 117 and 33 overs gone.
Had a great atmosphere right through this one-day international at the Sydney Cricket Ground. It's a brilliant crowd, and 8 wickets now have come and gone for Pakistan. Umar Gul has been welcomed to the crease, and his way of going about things is to have a crack. Mohammed Yusuf wants a piece of Michael Clarke, and 1 bounce 4. Good shot.
It's been a very difficult tour for Mohammad Yusuf. It's Umar Gul who's arriving at the crease with him, but it's Mohammad Yusuf that we're focused on because it's been a much worse 24 hours. And it'll seem an escape for him to be out there in the middle. Once you cross the white line, you can make it your own world and nobody can get to you. And his mind will be racing with the rumours back home that he's to lose the captaincy of this team. The fact is that this evening Pakistan have been blown away by a substantial Australian performance. This was really close to faultless. It's very easy to sit back in a seat and say, oh, Pakistan just hopeless. Really like that. They fought very hard with the ball. They fielded as well, or maybe better, certainly from a ground fielding point of view, than we've seen them field. There was a lot of commitment out there, but the Australian new ball did such damage that it became quickly too high a mountain to climb. It's just a question of enjoying the cricket that the Australians have played on this occasion.
Yeah, look, Australia fought hard through good new ball bowling up at the Gabba, and were fortunate probably not to be 4 or 5 wickets down. That would have hampered their run chase. But earlier today, Pakistan didn't quite use the new ball, certainly not in the same vein as Australia. And Naved, he was shaking hands with Horitz at the end. He really gave that his all and was stranded. Once he missed it, he knew he was on his way. Again, we see some sharp keeping from Haddon. 8 for 122.
We're talking earlier about the inclement weather up here in Sydney, and particularly around this area, the SCG, Randwick and Coogee, and the windstorms yesterday, and varying weather, but it hasn't stopped the crowd coming in here for this match, the second in the Commonwealth Bank Series. The attendance, 30,774. I think that's quite useful.
Certainly is, Richie. There was a good swelling in the first couple of hours as soon as the play was underway, and well done to Sydney siders and those from New South Wales and those who might have travelled from interstate as well. It's made for a fantastic atmosphere. Dougie Bollinger back into the attack. Figures of 2 for 16. Outstanding this evening. And a big reason Australia dominating this second ODI. It all started, though, earlier in the day with some brilliant striking from Shane Watson. And there were a couple of cameos along the way as well. Batting power play has been taken. One slip in place. Let's go back to the start of the day and have a look at the Shane Watson onslaught.
It's the confidence with which he's playing that stands out perhaps above everything else. He doesn't feel that there's anything he can't do, and that's a wonderful feeling for a sportsman or any form of artist, that you can express yourself completely freely. All of your talent and all of your strength, mentally and physically, is put into every moment that you're out there performing. The crowd loved that. That was a special innings, a runner ball, and he scored all around the wicket off front and back foot.
He certainly did. It was a pleasure to watch, and that confidence is increasing by the game. And the fact of the matter is he's worked so hard over the years that now he's just tapered off slightly. He's enjoying his cricket. He doesn't feel like he's having to prove anything to anyone anymore. He's just out there enjoying the contest each game. And he's flourishing because of, I think, the work he invested into himself and the game years ago.
It's lovely bowling. Bollinger bowled superbly early on. He's continuing it now in his second spell. That's a successful day for the senior Australian team. And Sean Marsh is out there. He's part of a successful family today. He's in this good side here. And young Mitchell Marsh, the captain of the Australian under-19 side, has led them to victory. And they're through to the semi-finals of the under-19 World Cup. Great performance over there in New Zealand. They beat the New Zealanders 8 for 232 to 170. And a very good crowd there watching them. And they now go into a knockout semi-final on Wednesday against Sri Lanka. So it's a terrific performance from the under-19 side to match what's been done here today by the senior side.
And that other semi-final is between West Indies and Pakistan. Pakistan had a terrific win against India, who, if not favourites, were close to it. And West Indies dusted up England. So West Indies, Pakistan, one semi-final, and Australia, Sri Lanka, the other. The cricketers of tomorrow, and it's great to see that Pakistan have some good ones amongst them.
And the West Indies. It's great to hear that. Really good to hear that. Pakistan still got the big issue of trying to get home games again. West Indies has been in free fall for a number of years. There were some big positives to come out of their recent Test match campaign. They'll be back for 5 one-dayers as well.
You read about their quick bowler who knocked over England. Took 5 for 19. I'm having a punt at that, and I've had a blank on his name, but I'll get it. And 5 for 19, and they reckon that he's the next Joel Garner. 6 foot and plenty. Huge amount of bounce, hit the seam, and hurt a few as well.
Look out. Another play and a miss. 35 overs gone. 8 for 123. After the start Australia got, you felt they could have scored 280 plus, but 267 has proven to be an outstanding score. First innings here at the SCG. 69 to Watson. Cameron White 55. The form continues, and Sean Marsh chipping in with 41 as well. Ahmed Amir, the pick of the bowlers for Pakistan, and Clint Mackay now gets another opportunity. 6 overs, 1 for 13. His line has been excellent this evening. Hit the deck sort of a bowler.
Well, one obvious tactical move made by the Australians was to change their length to the upper and middle order. Bollinger having bowled so well with the new ball, and in fairness Siddle too. Then Mackay and Watson, with a bit of help from Siddle, banged the ball in back of a length and got it whistling past Pakistan throats, and they were finding it very hard to attack that length. Some of the scoring of full balls, drives and clips at the Gabba.
And gone. He's picked him out. Mohammed Yusuf was looking to expose that vacant 5-leg area, but there was one man there, and he found him. Nathan Horrocks, thank you very much.
I guess if it isn't your day, it isn't your night either. So the Pakistan captain leaves the field. He made 58, his team on 9 for 123.
Well, this is game 2 of the Commonwealth Bank Series. 5 against Pakistan. The next one 2 days' time in Adelaide. The 26th, it'll be a day-nighter. And here is Saeed Ajmal. Legs 11 comes to the crease, and Clint Mackay can't believe his luck. That flick to the onside, straight to Nathan Horrocks off the blade. It would look like it was possibly going for 4, but the only man in the vicinity was picked out beautifully. He got across his stumps to work it into that area, and it ended up being a very comfortable height to catch.
Michael Slater and Mark Nicholas were talking about Mackay and Watson and what they'd done with the ball. Well, into the 11th over between them now, and they've got 3 for 23. That's a very, very good performance.
Yeah, I made the point at the start of the day, Richie, that I look at the Australian bowling attack and it's missing a Brett Lee, it's missing a Nathan Bracken, and the experience that we've seen for a number of years. It's changed quickly. Even if you look at the batting lineup of last season, there's a lot of changes, but the inexperience of the bowling lineup on paper can be a bit of concern, but they're really gelling together, and I think they've taken a lot out of the test matches, those who played, as it lands safely. And you cannot deny them the energy and the commitment that they're showing. They might be inexperienced, but they're bowling nicely together as a unit. 9 for 124. Dougie steaming in, and there's another short one. Said Ajmal, since he's been out there, he's been ducking everything.
Oh, very well this evening. Well, when he started, Dougie Bollinger was in the late sunlight, and the lights were on. But he did swing the ball nicely, and he moved it away off the seam as well. One of his impressive performances in what's been a most impressive summer for him. There's been a bit of bounce from this pitch all day. The Pakistan bowlers got that. And certainly the Australians have, but no one more than Bollinger. Siddle got some bounce. But that's gone through head high from a good length to Brad Haddon.
Yeah, well, he's a tall man, and he's certainly bending his back. He's enjoying these conditions. There's a little bit of surface grass there for him.
I think Haddon's enjoying that. Hasn't got to get down on his hands and knees for something that's keeping Mully Grubber low.
No, we've seen him on a few occasions with a big smile on his face. There was one occasion when Siddle bowled that he turned to his slip cordon and said something along the lines that was seriously quick.
He's changing the angle up here, Dougie Bollinger. He's coming around, so it'll be back into the body of Said Ajmal. And the length he's been bowling, wouldn't be surprised if Ajmal just does the Watusi back a little bit. I dare say Bollinger now is going for the attack. He'll go for the full base of the stump style delivery. Or he should be thinking that anyway.
There's nothing a fast bowler likes more than to see the batsman, no matter where he bats, hanging around the leg stump or just outside.
Quite interesting to watch Bollinger. He's fortunate in a way that with his run-up measured out, he's starting from the white line that's drawn there for the restricted area. Hasn't bowled a no ball so far, but now there's a chase for the fielder.
These will be the only runs from the over, and commitment from Dougie as he tried to field that from his own bowling. 9 for 126. Big mix-up. Cameron Akmal run out, direct hit from the bowler Clint Mackay. That was a big turning point at the start of the innings. 58 to Mohammad Yusuf, and a little cameo, 27 from Rana Naveed. And here's Umar Gul trying to get himself off the mark, and he might as well have a swing. He's seen the guys above him who should have been doing the job not get stuck in this evening, so he might as well try and hit a few to the fence.
Well, there's no one on that boundary on the leg side. That's obviously what he's targeting, although they're sending a fine leg back now. In fact, there's a square leg back. He's been signing autographs down there. Just stepped onto the field now. So with two back, that puts a little thought in the batsman's mind. Is he going to have a go at me here? Should I get ready to hook?
be the one. Sayed Ajmal again. What can he come up with? Clint Mackay, he got the 3 for a couple of days ago at the Gabba. He's chipped in with another 2. Very inexpensive. Well, none of the bowlers have gone for many, mind you. They've only scored 127, Pakistan, but there's good consistency here.
I always feel a little bit sorry for a number 11 who's a gentle little spinner. And he goes out to bat and the fast men are at his throat.
Is that it? Is that the outside edge? He's taken 1 step. That was a little bit of a walk there. Sayed Ajmal took 1 step to his teammates and the finger was raised. So Australia, a very powerful win this evening. And it's a win by 140 runs. So that's an outstanding achievement. There really weren't too many areas of their game that they faltered in, from the first ball to this one.
Yeah, that's good delivery and good figures for Mackay as well. 3 for 15, his best figures in one-day internationals. And here's the delivery again, just seaming away slightly. Nice little nudge there through to the keeper. Straightforward catch to Haddon. And, well, that's a very satisfied smile on Clint Mackay's face.
Well, they certainly, it's all about a comprehensive win there for Australia and Pakistan. They've got to turn things around 2 days' time in Adelaide, so it's 127 victory to Australia by 140 runs. They'll all be happy with their contribution. It started with Shane Watson. It was forceful as he smashed his way to 69, and now the bowlers have done their job, and you just felt the Australians were going to be on the ascendancy if they got the new ball right. Well, they did. 2 for Bollinger, 1 for Siddle. He was quick tonight. 3 for 15, his best figures, Clint Mackay, in his short one-day career. 1 for 10, that's Shane Watson, chipping in with the ball as well. Why not? And 2 for 45, Nathan Horrocks bowled quite well.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with him. He got the ball to spin. He was getting that seam at a nice angle as well. There was a little bit of overspin in it, so he was getting a bit of dip as well. And the man in the front of the row, in the front of the line there, Watson, performing very well too with bat and ball. So they'd be very satisfied, the Australians, with this win.
Perfectly obviously, Pakistan have to win in Adelaide to keep this series alive. At the moment, you say Australia were playing such good cricket, it'd be very, very difficult for them to do so. Having said that, Pakistan have always surprised us. The winners tonight, Australia, and by the resounding margin of 140. From all of us at the Sydney Cricket Ground, good night.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.